all sports fans and everyone across the nation. This is the episode, right? The first one in double digits, y'all. Episode number
Let's
10
go.
of Tuesdays with TJ. I'm your host, Carlos Clayton, our lovely co-host, PJ, and of course, the main man of the evening, big homie, TJ Tracy. What's up, TJ?
I'm not bad, thank you. How is everyone tonight? I hope you're having a fantastic rest of your week, beginning of your week.
Oh man, so far I know I'm having a great week as well, man. We just talked about going to work, how work is just work, right? Yeah, but hey,
Yeah,
we're live to watch some great football, and there's always good and bad. So there's great football, then there's back to reality and going to work again. So,
uh,
but yeah, man, hey, week 5 is here, it's gone, it's done. It was an awesome week. I really enjoyed it, man. A lot of good football, especially how you have like your first windows of games, the first 6 or 7 games
yeah.
are pretty good, and then the last 3 or 4, it's like whatever. This was the opposite. The first 6 games, whatever, of the window was it was okay, but the last 4 had us some really good ones, some
Mm.
really good ones. But before Sunday night, we're not talking about Sunday night. Let's not talk about that until later on in today's stream,
I think every Cowboys fan would like you not to talk about Sunday night.
yeah, I think they want to go ahead and hide around, and I don't blame them for not wanting to talk about this particular week because it was kind of bad.
Yeah,
Let's just keep it real. It was kind of bad, man.
it was kind of bad, and it was great to watch. Like I know, technically the 49ers are like the Eagles competitive in the NFC, and like I need the Niners to lose to like get the number 1 seed. But I'll never swap that for a Cowboys beating because
Oh,
it
man.
was
Hey, I agree with you
good.
on that, brother. I agree with you on that, my guy.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
really
But
do.
that's a bit of spoilers for later in the episode, so we'll get around
You
to
guys are
that.
living under a rock somewhere. That's right, man. Yeah, but what I'm starting to notice now, offenses are starting to get better now. They're starting to,
Yep.
as we expected, though. Obviously, every season, the defenses have the upper hand. But then towards this time, week 5, now we're going into week 6. I feel like these teams are starting to get their offenses back on track now, and
Yeah.
we'll break down a lot of those teams as we go into this, man. But we are a good channel, a lovely channel. So we always have our good, the bad, and the downright ugly. We always
Hmm.
start off with the good because we're just those kind of people, man. We love to bring good light to it all, man. So let's start off with the good first. But before we get into there, let's give out our shout outs. I finally have the chat up and running now. I see we have Generic Ballman. So hope all are well. What up, Carlos, TJ, and PJ? What's up, Generic Ballman? PJ said, what's up,
What up?
GBM? And we got VGK, Vegas Nights Morgan says, hey guys, what's up, Vegas Nights Morgan? Thank you for the love and the support. I got Daniel Berry, Sports Highlights is in the building showing love. What's up, my guy? Hope all is well, man. And we have more coming in here and follow on to our chat. So I'm gonna let it kind of build for about another, let's say, a minute, and then we'll get things rocking and rolling, man. So thank y'all once again. Hit that like button, hit that share button. Please share the stream. Share, 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 share. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all, we want that. Christian Rujo is in the building. Says, hey fellas, hello UST Nation. What's up, Christian? How you doing, love? Peter said,
What
what's
is
good?
up?
And I got Alex says Houston Astros win. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh,
They went up there 4-0 the first inning. I was like, let's go. I was
damn!
geeked up. So
Just
happy
seeing when the
about that.
Phillies play. Ooh.
Flurry 29
Tomorrow.
says, hey, Carlos, I'm back. TJ's back. PJ's back. Carlos is back. You know what? Everybody is back. NHL opening a night is tonight. Yes, sir, it is. And I'm pumped through the roof. That's right, man. The Kraken take on the Las Vegas Knights, the reigning, defending Stanley Cup champions. That's later on tonight. You'll be dead asleep, I promise you, TJ, by that time.
Most probably, yeah.
You'll be
Most
knocked
probably.
out. You'll be knocked
Well,
out.
you say that I didn't sleep until 5:30 this morning. Well, the
Mm.
last morning for some
Yeah,
reason.
well,
I was sort of
yeah,
like, well,
my apologies. I forgot who I'm talking to. You are a man of the night, like I am
yeah.
myself. So, Chris says, and the diva, Miss PJ. She said,
Mm.
what's up, Christian? That's right. Yeah, she's a diva. You guys see her record, 78-0. She has not lost a game according to her. According to my record, she done lost a lot of games, but I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm gonna keep it real. I ain't gonna say nothing. Uh, and now we have our first substantial lead. Uh, TJ is
Ooh,
representing Team A through M. Right now, he has a four-game lead above me, 45-33. I am 41-37. He went 10-4 last week. I went 7-7. So not a good week for me. Hopefully, I can bounce back this week. We'll find out, you guys. And if you
who
guys don't know,
knows?
me and TJ don't communicate our answers. We don't talk about, like, you know how most sports shows, you know what they're gonna pick already. We don't know that. We don't know. We don't communicate on that kind of level of the actual show, right? Our answers for these
No.
questions. So everything that we say, you guys, if we agree or disagree, is genuine, very genuine.
Yeah, yeah, completely. I get a text with like the rundown of what the show's going to be, and it's normally a thumbs up. Sounds awesome. So when our brains are that lined up, and we're picking the same hot takes and the same uglies and all that, it is just generally because yeah, we just think the same, which is crazy. It's just absolutely crazy.
Pretty much. So yeah. So I know other shows tend to kind of go the opposite. Like they'll know all the answers before this and that. We don't do
Oh,
that.
that's no fun.
Yeah, it's no fun, right? Kidder
Yeah.
96 says Nashville, Tennessee is home to the Nashville Predators and to the Titans. What's up, Kidder 96? Always dropping the knowledge. We appreciate that. Let's go. And Access, my Braves play tomorrow. Hope for another win. That's right. That series is tied at 1. So go Braves, go Phillies, go all of baseball right now.
I was going to
Uh,
say I can't wish you luck because Phillies, hopefully.
yeah, there we go. There we go. And Fleur said the reigning, defending NHL heavyweight champions of the world. That's right. That's right. The Las Vegas Golden Knights. I forgot to put Golden the first time I said it. So Las Vegas Golden Knights. Excuse me, y'all. All right. So let's get back to the NFL now, y'all. Enough of that baseball and hockey. Let's get it, y'all. So we have the good, the bad, and the downright ugly. This is the good because we're such a loving channel, a loving stream. We always start off the good. So let's go. The first good we have is the Detroit Lions, 4-1 right now after the victory against a
Ooh.
struggling Carolina Panthers squad. But now the Lions look good, and I want to ask you, TJ. First of all, I love the running style. I love the style of
Mhm.
offense this team is playing right now. I really do, man. I'm so geeked up. I want to know, hey, are the Lions that feel good story right now, and where do you see the Lions going with this momentum?
Honestly, yeah, they are, and like people saw it coming over off season, like they were hyping up the Lions because all the pieces were coming together, and like Jared Goff looked good at the end of last year, and it was just more hype, more hype, more hype. Obviously, they got a bit of hate for like drafting Gibbs in the first round. People are like, "What on earth are they doing?" But hey, it's worked out so far for them. And but yeah, everyone's just loving the Lions because they've had pain and just pain and sorrow and everything for well, and just the NFL, and like obviously had Stafford there and Megatron and all these legends, and were just it ruined. The Detroit line was so bad it ruined two Pro Bowl Hall of Fames in Barry Sanders and Megatron. Like they retired early because the Detroit Lions destroyed their soul, and like Stafford never got any love whilst he was on the Lions. The moment he went to the Rams, he was like, "Oh my God, where has this guy been?" Oh, sorry, I was just in purgatory with the Lions. And but the moment they're finally getting like the success that like the fans, like I feel sorry for the fans, and I'm happy they're getting that success, and it's just fun to watch, like them pulling off all these trick plays and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, like I reckon they're going to go far. They're going to win the division. I think they're not going to have any problem winning the division, especially how the Packers looked last night. And maybe divisional. I think they're going to win in the wild card because obviously the Eagles are going to get the first round bye. Um, so I
Wishful
reckon,
thinking, my guy. Yes, sir.
well, not sweating there. Yeah, I reckon divisional and then potentially AFC Championship because I think the top teams in the NFC are Eagles, Niners, Lions, and then maybe Dallas. But we saw Dallas go against an actual team and poop the bed. You know what I mean? They didn't do well. They didn't look good. Dak didn't look good. So who knows? It literally might be the top heavy teams are Niners, Eagles, Lions, and that's weird to say that Lions are that good, but I'm happy they are until the NFC Championship.
Right. And I tell you what, the feel good story, and we love these stories, man. Like
Yeah.
only a few teams: the Jaguars, the Lions, Texans, maybe Texans. They're still kind of young around the wet around the ears in NFL standards, but still like the Browns. Like those teams, when they do well, I tend to have a big smile on my face. But this feels like this team is here to stay. This
Mm.
feels like it's not a 1 year project. It feels like we're here to take over the NFC. Now, as you guys have, I've been kind of clowning, but kind of keeping it real, saying I said 2027 Super Bowl champions,
You
Detroit
did.
Lions, and I've been saying that for about 3 years now. I'm just obviously just kind of clowning around, but I kind of had a feeling eventually they had to get somewhere in that area. But with Dan Campbell bringing in that style of offense, the running game compared to last year, the running game looks great now. I mean, Jamal Williams was a red zone goal line kind of back, got 17 touchdowns, but he never had that big burst, right? We never saw that crazy burst of speed. Swift was always injured, so you can never get the actual feel for the running game. Now you got Montgomery. Now Gibbs out this past game, but Montgomery
Yeah.
running the ball 25 plus times now in three different games, and I'm like, I like that success rate because when you run the ball like that, that means you're eating at the time of possession, right? And that
Mhm.
defense, which isn't the best, that's secondary, that's not the best, but they're not on the field as much because if you're eating TOP, that means that your defense is on the sideline chilling. And I love the
Yeah.
mindset right now. Dan Campbell has those guys rocking and rolling, man. And it, what is one area you would like for them to get better at? If I'd ask you,
I think it is
where can they
you. I
improve, baby?
think
Where can they improve?
it is the secondary. Like obviously they finally got Jamal Williams back because the NFL changed its rules when it came to betting, which was that came out of left field. I didn't see that coming, so he's back on the team. I think the only weakness now is the secondary because their defensive line is good with Adrian Hutchinson. Just said that right, yeah. Obviously, the receivers are getting better. With I know, obviously, Amara St. Brown is injured, but hopefully he can come back. Their O line is good with Panay Sewell leading that run.
Yes,
Obviously,
yes,
Montgomery's good. Like, yes, you could technically say they could get better at QB with Goff because obviously he can make mistakes and he isn't like the most explosive guy. But if you shove a rookie in there, he's not going to be as good as Goff. Like Goff
right.
is the QB this team needs, which is he can just manage the game. He can just be like, okay, I can do this. They asked me to do this, I'll do that. And I think he's worked his way into a new contract. I don't think it'll be a major contract, but I think he's got another contract there.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, obviously, the
Probably 2 years,
linebackers.
two, 3 year extension. Yeah, I can see that easily.
Yeah, yeah, and if they start to dip, they get a QB to learn behind Goff. Like that's where I think that's where future if Goff starts to really fade. But when they're linebackers, yeah, they got Brian Branch and Campbell, which are young learning, but it's just that secondary unit that needs to be improved. So a bit more corners, maybe another edge rusher or D tackle. So I reckon that's what their off-season dash draft is next year. But apart from that, hey, go for it.
Yes, sir. We got Fondorama is in the building. So, hey, everyone, did I miss much? No, man. We're on the first topic right here. The Detroit Lions are they the feel good story of the season so far? And we both kind of agree. Yes, they are. And then we got Flurry says there's no way PJ's actually said they know she's good, but not that good. She said, best believe it,
Oh,
please. Best believe it. 7-8 no. Never lost. That's what she
Careful,
said.
that's fighting talk. She might just
And,
come for you. Just hear a
and
knocking on the door, and then
shout
PJ's
out to the
there.
dog catcher. Says Case we on the Lions head coach. We kind of did. I'm gonna go into more. Dan Campbell. I love when teams kind of embody their head coach. This team embodies Dan Campbell, and they will run through a freaking brick wall through this guy. And I love coaches who are player coaches. I don't like the the isolated coaches. Just do your job and we'll get through this. I like guys who can kind of first of all, he's a former player, so
Yeah,
he's not a Bill Belichick or someone who didn't play at all, right? He's well, Bill probably played back in the day, but not NFL style, right? But but he's an NFL player, so he's been there, he's done that, and he knows how these guys function, how they think. And these guys love Dan Campbell. I saw it last year in Hard Knocks, and I'm like, yeah, I'm really excited about this team for the future as well. This isn't like a one and done scenario like most feel good stories are one and done. This one feels like it's going to be, a nice ride for the Lions right now. They continue to draft well and continue to have that hunger. I was watching that game, Lions and Panthers, and mind you, it's Detroit versus Carolina. Carolina's probably the second worst team or the worst team in the NFL right now, and that crowd was
Mm.
buzzing. Like I felt
Yeah,
it in Detroit, and I was like, "Whoa!" Can you like the crowd was like really into it, and I was excited, man. It made me feel really good, man. So I'm very happy. We got Dom Lancaster says, "What up, UST? Been a while since I watched. Glad to be back. Are you streaming any MLB offseason?" Yes, sir. Tomorrow we're going for Game 3 of Rangers versus Orioles. Game 3. Rangers up 2-0, looking to sweep. So I'll be on there live tomorrow, and of course Thursday we have some more baseball as well. So y'all stay tuned for that. Peter said, "What's up, Dom?" And said, "What's up, the dog catcher?" I got Card Craze says, "Hello from BC, Canada." What's up, Card Craze? I got Real Fan Sports says, "What's good, family?" Yes, sir. We got Zach and Nonfiction in the building, guys. Come on in, show them some love, man. Hit that subscribe button for Real Fan Sports. It's my guys, man. Show them some love, man. They have a great channel and only getting better and better and better every single day. Let's get it, man. And L's Train Tuber 501 says, "Hey, what's up, L's Train Tuber, you guys? Hey, come on in, you guys. This is our first topic, y'all. If you want to hear the whole entire topic, just go back. We talk about the Lions, the feel good story of the year. 4-1 right now. Pretty much couldn't be the third best team in the NFC right now, as of now,
yeah,
behind
could be.
the Niners and the Eagles, man. So I'm loving that story, and hopefully they continue to do well, man, because I want these guys in the playoffs. I think I need these guys in the playoffs, man, because you want something different. You want something to where you feel like, yeah, like I want to root for these guys. If it's not my Saints, I want the Lions to win. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, everyone
So,
loves an underdog,
right, the underdog
and like
story.
they've been an underdog for so long. How far do you think they make it in the playoffs?
Oh man, I mean, honestly, if they gotta go against the Eagles or the Niners, is over.
It's
So
yeah, I know. But
you better hope that someone gets knocked out early. You can get to the championship game, right? They can get the championship game, right? But you better hope that someone weird will beat the Eagles or the Niners in that divisional round for you to get there. So cross your fingers. But honestly, I don't see no more than the divisional matchup. But hey, that's still awesome for the Lions because if they continue this pace, third seed at least host a playoff game. That's what you really really want, right? Just give us a chance, right? Get in the playoffs, have a chance. So,
yeah, yeah, definitely.
and we saw the way that
Oh
Vikings,
yeah,
Packers, and all that.
absolutely.
Ah, it right now it's the Lions to take this division right now. Oh, he
Yeah,
said got the
definitely.
merch in
You're 100%
today.
right. And if they get the third seed, obviously they'll be going against the.
The sixth seed.
Let's go.
So let's go. I
Yeah,
got some merch in
let's
today,
go.
y'all. Thank you, Real Fan Sport. Yes, sir. Let's go. We got the sports critic said, "What's up?" Peter said, "What's up, sports critic?" Good to see you, man. And we got Johnny Kenny, aka Piece of Feather 24, said the Phillies lost last night. Was heartbreaking, man. Oh, sorry to hear that, my brother. Hey, but those Eagles, though, those Eagles, those Eagles look good. All right, uh,
um,
go ahead.
I've got a question. Sorry. So your Bill Belichick did play football. He also played lacrosse and all that. He went to Westland University, which is a private liberal arts university in Middletown. What position did you think Bill Belichick played?
I'm gonna say safety.
You're going to say safety.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
say
it makes
safety.
sense. Defensive minded head coach. Yeah, it makes sense. He played two roles, tight end and center.
Oh, hey,
Never have guessed that.
it happens, man. That's awesome. All right, that's awesome. It wasn't on the NFL level though, huh?
No.
Yeah,
He only went to university and then
I'm about to say, 'cause I
um,
have never seen a single clip of Bill Belichick in the NFL, so I think by this time we'd have seen one already, right?
yeah, true. And he's 1,000 years old, so most probably when he played, there was no
Right.
TV.
Probably so. You're right. You're right. All right, y'all. So the Lions beat the Panthers. They go to 4-1 right now, looking really, really good. Let's go to our next topic, y'all. We have the Jaguars beat the Buffalo Bills. Kind of a shocker a little bit, but man, before we get into the Buffalo Bills, I want to talk about the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now, that was two straight games they had in London. The first time any team has stayed
Mhm.
two consecutive weeks in London. Maybe one consecutive week. How about that? Because I think the first time they were there probably for a few days. But I want to ask you, man. Well, the Jaguars beat the Bills, but did we overestimate the Bills? How about that? Because to go out there and beat down the Dolphins, and then they go to London and they look very lethargic for about almost three quarters against the
Mm.
Jaguars. I mean, there could be jet lag. I don't know the
Yeah,
potential excuses, but my thing is, if you're on the field, you're on the field. There's no more excuses. Let's get it.
yeah, it is very interesting because you've got that whole jet lag element, especially since what they had 11 penalties. Like the time possession was very down. It just they seem very out of character. Like the Bills just didn't seem like the Bills. I know they blamed the field because this is Tottenham and it's like underneath the regular field, and it's like, oh, we came all the way to London to play on bloody concrete. Sorry, my language. So they weren't happy about that, and it could be the jet lag, which is like is a problem. But I also feel like they're not. The Jaguars have the advantage because they've been here 2 weeks and they've been accustomed to our time zone, our food, all that kind of stuff. But the Bills knew they were coming.
Right.
Like they're an East Coast team, so it's only a 5 hour difference. It's not like it's a West Coast team. And I've watched obviously a lot of the NFL films talking about what it takes to play international and how the coaches take a role in that, like getting the players used to it beforehand, like making sure they're sort of already on the sleep schedule before they travel. So you can't really see the jet lag because that's sort of the coach's responsibility to coach them and get them ready for the
Right.
game, even with these unusual circumstances. But yeah, it just like the Jaguars just rushed all over them. Like it was like what 196 yards to 29. Like they just didn't seem right. And maybe it's like I assume that's what they are going to blame, that they played in London. This is not just the things, but it also might be that even though technically it's a Bills home game, that 90% of the crowd would be Jags fans because that's the only team that consistently plays in London. So it was still a Jags home game, if you know what I mean.
Well,
So
actually,
who
seeing the
knows?
crowd, there was a lot of Buffalo guys in there. I was shocked.
True,
Yeah,
true.
it was a lot of Buffalo fans in there, and I would say a little bit more than 50-50 Buffalo watching the game. But still, it's funny how they come out with the concrete was if we were playing on concrete. That's a loser's
Yeah,
mentality talk.
yeah,
Because if
yeah.
they won the game, that's never said at all. Right?
No,
Never
I
said.
know.
No, we
Yeah.
came all over here to play on concrete. I'm sorry, I could have sworn that both teams played on concrete then, right? So you lost. So now you want to blame the concrete. I ain't hearing the Jaguars blame the concrete. Oh, because they won the game. You know, and I'm sorry. Like, okay, whatever excuse you have, unless it's like physicality, like you're physically unable to go. If you're in that, if
Yeah.
you're in a Warriors type of arena and the goal is to win. There's no more excuses, right? Your adrenaline should kick in from then. That's how I've always said it, man. So yeah, I'm definitely excited for the Jaguars though because that was
They
two
look like they've
wins.
arrived
Yeah, yeah,
finally.
yeah, yeah. And I hope that they don't go back to the U.S. and stink it up again. but, but two wins against two quality opponents, the Falcons and the Bills. But I feel like London got a really good treat. But they'll have a third straight week now, where we'll see Ravens and Titans
Hmm.
this Sunday in London as well. So that's three straight weeks now that they're getting all that good feel. So London is rocking and rolling, and
Oh, definitely.
I feel like we said this earlier. I feel like the NFL is testing it out. So this year is three games in a row. Next year might be 5 games in a row. The year after that might be 7 games in a row. And I'm telling you, when it's all said and done, we'll have all 16 or all 18 weeks a game in London somewhere, which would be
Oh,
awesome.
fingers crossed.
for London.
That'd be
London
lovely.
will
That'd
love
be
that. They
absolutely
will love
amazing.
that, and I would love that too because I think it's awesome. Or at least in mostly London, some Mexico and other spots as well, but mostly
Germany and
London.
stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah,
But
stuff
it
like
would be interesting because the Titans and Ravens are playing in the same field that the Bills and Jags just did. So it'd be interesting if the same complaints come out there about the type of field because Wembley it's the same field like the that they played regular football or soccer, as you guys said. Um, it's just obviously repainted and looked after. Whereas the Tottenham ones, they've got the soccer field that they literally slide into the car park and bring the NFL field up and then repaint it there. So there might be a difference there, but it's good. Like we are feasting with American sports, and I can't
that.
wait for
That's
it.
awesome,
Hopefully, we
man.
get all of it.
That's awesome. I'm all for it though. So the Bills though, I mean, we were so quick, and that's how the NFL is. A week by week, any given Sunday, uh, the game is never played twice in a row, right?
No,
So we were quick. I was quick to crown the Bills the best team in the AFC, and then to get a dose of reality, like any given Sunday. Anybody could beat anybody pretty much in this league. The Jaguars say, hey, don't forget about us. All that Lions talk. We're still kind of a darling team as well. We're above 500, so give us our credit. Well, hey, win more consistently, and we'll give you credit, Jaguars. But until then, now it's kind of up in the air. So I can't, now it's back to Dane. The Chiefs might be the best team again. It might be
very
Kansas
nice.
City. So we had that one glimmer of hope, and then the Bills is poof, gone. But
Yeah.
hey, that's why you play next week. They got the Giants too, so they should get back
Oh, what
in
a
good shape for
great
you.
bounce back game. Yeah,
Right,
what a
right.
great bounce back game. They
Facts,
get another bye, essentially.
facts, right? Oh my poor Giants, man, poor Giants. Hey, all right, y'all. My locks they suck, y'all. So do not ever listen to me on my locks. I'm down 2-3, and my locks. You were 5-0, TJ.
Yeah,
Oh my
my locks
goodness.
have
I am
failed my
2-3.
locks.
The freaking Steelers shocked the Ravens, you guys. They beat the Ravens 17-10, I believe was the final score. After the
Yeah,
Ravens were up
17
10
to
nothing
10.
at one point. Steelers shot the Ravens. They capture first place currently in the AFC North. Uh First of all, this game, the dang on Steelers, man. Mike Tomlin just pushes the right freaking buttons, bro. And if you look at his team from top to bottom, this Steelers team is not good. They're not good. You have TJ Watt, you got Hightower as well, and then you got a group of decent linebackers and a group of decent or young secondary. And then you have pretty much nobody on offense, right? Is Najee
Yep.
Harris, but can't get any good running games, right? Warren was the one guy. Chris Warren, he had an excellent game. Highlight plays like crazy, hurling guys, juking guys, and then you have George Pickens, right? And then you have Kenny Pickett, the quarterback. And if you look at this team, it's like they're dull, they're boring, but for some reason, after 5 games, they're above 500. I don't know.
Oh,
The AFC North is always that division. You could, like we said before, throw out the records. Throw out the record. It don't matter what you was doing earlier. Throw the records out. It doesn't matter. These four teams come out there and they grind and pound, and that's how it's supposed to be in football. It's like real tough football for these guys. The Ravens. I'm not gonna call it a complete choke job because it wasn't a choke job. We've seen plenty of those already over the last couple of years. But this was not a choke job. But it's a game that they just had to win and did not. The Steelers kind of stole it away. And
yeah.
right now, just looking at all the Ravens is looking so bad. The Bengals barely coming to life right now. Who is the favorite in AFC North right now?
Who knows? I like at this point you think, okay, the Ravens have it together. We're gonna go the Ravens. Oh no, like who knows? Obviously the Browns, they've been doing well but Deshaun Watson's been out, and when he's out, like it's the Bengals are coming. I have no idea how the Ravens lost this game. They have more first downs. There were just one less efficiency on third downs. Like they allowed well, they had one more sack technically, but they had more times possessions. It was just, well, the Ravens, their wide receivers realised they had butter covering their hands and they couldn't catch anything. That's why they lost that game essentially. It was it was bad, and like the Steelers shouldn't be where they are. Like it is Mike Tomlin somehow being Mike Tomlin and just getting his team to 500, but like their offense is so boring and putrid. It's just like I feel sorry for Steelers fans having to watch that. It's just so okay. Oh, Matt Canada. Okay, cool, whatever. It is their defense. If they didn't have TJ Watt on their team, or like,
My goodness, you're right. T.J. Watt is
but,
he could be MVP just how good he's been playing.
no, yeah, it could be because he's the one thing getting the Steelers, keeping them relevant. But like, the NFC North, I have no idea who's good, who's
I,
bad.
I'm still gonna go. Although my hot take with the Bengals don't make the playoffs,
Yeah.
if they don't, we can keep that hot take. Keep that hot take. If they don't. But right now, with it all being in flux, these four teams are just gonna bat each other out. You gotta think the Bengals at one point in the season are gonna get on track, win 3 or 4 in a row, and then let's go with that. So I'm gonna go with the Bengals for now as the favorite in the
Yeah.
NFC North, but those dang on Steelers, man, they're like cockroaches. They don't go away. They don't go
Yeah.
away. I
Yeah.
mean,
I know.
even when they're bad, they're like the final week out the playoffs, right?
Yeah.
They don't go away for a long time. They will stay in the thick of things. So very shocking. And the Ravens are just a big disappointment on offense. All that
Oh,
hype
I
around their
know.
offense. And Becker's been hurt, but when he's played, he hasn't looked good either. And Lamar Jackson is just not looking good with his arm. It's just the decision makers once again is just not looking good. I think Lamar and they got to look at themselves in the mirror and say, "Look, bro, we got to win. Winning cures everything. Damn how we win, just
Yes.
win." And I think they got to get to that, man. Right now, obviously, it's Browns are gonna be there, but Browns will get healthy once again, and they'll start looking good, in my opinion. But with Nick Chubb not being there, it's a lot of question marks though, big time. We got Travis 303 in the building. Says hello, I'm here. Look at TJ's record. Wow, that's right.
Let's
I
go.
hope TJ can answer this question at some point in the show. Does he want London to have a permanent team, or is that not practical? Hey, we'll answer right now for you, Travis. Since you're an OG, we'll answer for you right now. How do you feel
Indeed.
about it?
I'd love to. I understand the limitations and the practicality, especially with like West Coast offense and how hard that's going to be. But I'd love them to have a permanent base. I think if once you have a permanent team in London, that's when you get the majority of because you do have a fans like the stadiums are filling up. But if you want to fully get Britain to fully embrace the NFL, it is you need that staple team. You need a team that Britain can say that's ours. We're going to support it, and I don't care who it is. And obviously shown on if we do get a permanent base, it'll be shown on our normal TV. But yeah, the practicality of it, hopefully, who knows? And with modern technology like jets are becoming faster and all that kind of stuff to reduce that time, but you still got jet lag. But I reckon the NFL's definitely going to try it. They tried it back in the 90s with 90s or 80s NFL Europe. That is a question. But
90s. That was 90s. That was
geez.
90s.
They tried it.
Early
Obviously, it
2000s.
failed. Yeah, it failed. But I also feel like the world wasn't as close as it is now. Like everything seems closer with the internet and just being shoved in your face. But yeah, so I reckon they are going to try it, and I wouldn't be surprised if we might get a European division. I think we might get one in Ireland, England, Germany, and I think one in Spain. I wouldn't be surprised
Yeah,
that. But then the NFL's too big.
well, I would think that it'll be separate from the NFL if they did something like that. It had to be separate from the NFL. It'll still be NFL based, but it wouldn't be part of the real 32 team NFL. I think they were literally having NFL like international league. I feel like
Possibly.
kind of
Then
maybe, but that's
who knows?
who knows. That's a lot though. That's a lot though. But thank you for answering
It
that question.
is a lot, and this is where the NFL, the American sort of sports system has that sort of floor where you don't have the renegations and the promotions, so you are like you can't keep adding teams to that 32 roster, otherwise you have, oh, okay, there's 60 teams now, that's a bit too much. Well,
Right.
obviously over here, if a team sucks, you can promote it, allowing these teams to work their way through the system to build up to that bigger league. And maybe with the XFL and the USFL merging to, I don't know what, the USXFL, um,
Who knows what it's
that
called?
might be, but that's still, I reckon, is more of a player pathway than a divisional sort of promotion, relegation. But yeah, the way your sports are set up over there, that wouldn't work. Promotion relegation, because the draft would have become null and void. So
Yeah,
who knows?
it'd be way too much. I mean, you gotta have a lot of decks on hand to
Yeah,
kind of calibrate how that will work out. I mean, if it happens, it'd be awesome, but I don't see it personally for a long time. My kids might see it, but I ain't gonna see it. I know that. Shout out to
yeah, fair.
Coleman Sports says, "What's good, y'all?" He says, "I don't want to watch my Broncos on Thursday, brother. I don't want to either, so I ain't
Don't
calling
blame you.
it." I'm not. I'll go. I'm going straight to baseball on Thursday. Let's go. Shout out to you, Coleman Sports, and we got the bad now coming up for you guys. The bad. So we had the good earlier. If you guys want to hear those discussions, just rewind it back, man. We broke it down. We had some good ones. The Lions, the Jaguars over the Bills, and the Steelers win over the Ravens. Those are all good. So go ahead and rewind it back. Check that out as well, and then come back to us, y'all, for the bad. Um, Also, we got a Ron Duffney says hi. What's up, Ron? Always good to see you,
So,
man.
Ron,
Ron is in the building showing love. Peter said, "What's up, Ron? You guys are awesome, man. Smash that like button and let's get to it." So we have our bad now, and we're gonna start off with the Jets versus Broncos. And the reason why we're gonna talk about it being bad, let's talk about the off season. So we knew about Nathaniel Hackett was the head coach of
yeah,
the Denver Broncos, and let's be real, he stunk up the joint. We just gonna keep it
yeah.
real. We stunk up the joint, but it's cool if I say it, if PJ says it, right? If TJ says it, it's cool. It's not cool when you're the new coach of the Denver Broncos and you go out there and publicly say, "Hey, this guy stunk up the joint." It was the worst coach job I've ever seen in my life. Now he said I was still in analyst mode because he wasn't analyst for those 2 years. Sean Payton was, but still, one thing a coach reminds his team on any level: never give anyone bulletin material, right? And unfortunately, Sean Payton gave his own damn team bulletin material. And we said this earlier on our off-season episodes. I was like, I can't wait for this Week 5 matchup because you know that Denver's got this. New York's got this circled on their schedule. We want to do this for
Yeah.
Nathaniel Hackett. We want to win this game for Hackett, right? Now, obviously, we thought we'll see Aaron Rodgers, but no, we got Zach Wilson this one. Did Sean Payton's off-season remarks did that really spark a Jets win? You think?
I think it did, but I'm not going to lie. If you watch that game, they might have said we were playing for coach. It did not look like they were playing for coach, especially Zach Wilson. What INT, fumbles, just penalty. It was just a horrible game to watch. And like they won the game because Denver what was it? They lost they lost 3 fumbles, and the Jets, even though they did fumble themselves and throw an interception, it wasn't they didn't have that many turnovers. But yeah, they said it was for their coach. They kept mentioning Nathaniel Hackett, and like Nathaniel Hackett won the game ball at the end of the in the locker room. So I reckon that's if they hadn't have won, Nathaniel Hackett wouldn't have been mentioned at all. But because they won, it was like, oh yeah, look how good PR, yeah, so good, coach, yeah, we're so good, but we're doing this for things. But it was just a horrible game, and I think they shouldn't have won the game. But it just shows one how terrible Broncos defense is, which is essentially shouldn't be on the field, as if no one was on the field. I'm not gonna lie, and then like Russ has been playing well the last 2 weeks, and then he just reverted to back Like as soon as he saw Nathaniel Hackett, he's like, "Oh, I need to go back to what I was last year."
That's a good one.
Just that flashback was like, "Oh, okay, now I remember how to play football." Because he didn't look good, but his offense is also not good. His O line's not good. His wide receivers aren't playing well. Just everything on that team is not playing well. And now, I mentioned it earlier in the offseason. Like, if Russell isn't good, they're gonna get rid of him and keep Sean Payton. But now even Sean Payton is being questioned,
Right.
which is crazy. Which is absolutely crazy because they gave up a first this year and obviously a boatload of money, but they also gave a buttload of money to Russell Wilson, and that hasn't turned out well. So
Yeah,
I
because
honestly, it's Walmart, so they've got an infinite amount of money. Do they just get rid of GM, get rid of coach, get rid of just clean house and be like, look, we need to just start again no matter what?
I
Because,
think they really want a clean slate for Sean Payton because right now
yeah,
the whole excuse is still Russell. Like, this isn't Sean's team, right? So
yeah,
he just came into it. So they kind of want a clean slate and then put it as Sean's team, and then you get the boat of. All right, who's at fault? Who's not at fault? Is it really Sean Payton? So yeah, I think a lot of that has to do with the current team, and then Sean just hasn't. He wants to pick his team. This is his first year as the head coach, so of course he'll get the leeway, and we understand that. I'm with you on this though. The, the there was no spark.
no,
They just
nothing.
won because they were just slightly better than the Broncos. That's all it was.
Yeah,
And you're right, because if they would have lost this game, there would have been no mention at all for Hackett because Hackett was doing Hackett things and having his offense look like they was trash for the
yep.
Jets. They just happened to win the game. Great defense, great special teams. Some things went their way as well. Some bounces went their way. So yeah, I get that. And look, the even the first half, they couldn't even get a field goal off because they ran a play in bounds with no timeouts, and they couldn't even get a spike the ball for a field goal. It was just that bad,
It was
But
just awful.
the Broncos are just a bad team. It's funny how me and you both picked the Jets to win this game, kind of on a limb, but it felt like it was going to be that kind of game.
It was. It was like I only picked it because we saw for the last couple of weeks like the Broncos has no defense at all,
It's sad right
and
now.
it is putrid, which sucks because they've got a couple of players in there I like, but it was one of those. You've got okay, so you've got two offenses which aren't clicking. They're awful. They're not working. But one team has a defense and one essentially doesn't.
Right.
So which team are you going to go with? The one that has at least one of the two parts you need. So
Facts. It's,
yeah,
it's funny that I'm from Louisiana, so my timeline is a lot of New Orleans fans are heckling Sean Payton. They're saying, well, uh, it's funny how Sean Payton looks without a Drew Brees, right? And they're going to that route. Well, that leads me to my next topic. It's funny how bad the New England Patriots and Bill Belichick look without a Tom Brady. Oh my goodness, y'all! Not just one, but two straight weeks in a row, the Patriots have been absolutely beaten down, destroyed,
yeah,
mollywopped. Can you name another destructive word? Incarcerated. That's not even the right side. That's prison terms.
nuked.
Nuked, yeah. I mean, just blown to pieces. This is embarrassing. Back-to-back losses, won by 35 points, and this one by 34. They get shut out by the Saints, 34-0. Last week, got beat
Nothing.
by the Cowboys, 38-3. Should the Patriots? This is a hot take. Should the Patriots consider putting Bill Belichick on the hot seat?
I said off season he was with his decisions. See, I've got a friend who's a Patriots fan, and apparently he watched this game, and every third word was a word that was definitely not PG-13. Let's just say that. And as the game went on, that word got different words, harsher words came out.
Mm,
But people obviously poop on Mac Jones, and Mac Jones ain't the guy, but he's got no help. He's got no O line. He's got no wide receivers. He's got no outstanding tight ends. This is the first time we've seen in a while that the team hasn't got a run game. Um, go to the other side of the ball. They lost their main defensive player in
Matthew Judon. Matthew Judon.
with Judon. He's gone for the year, and obviously their up and coming defender and Gonzalez, he's gone. And yes, they get JC Jackson, but he's just been traded. It's going to take a while to get used to it, even though he was just there. And that defense looks terrible. And if he's on the hot seat, I reckon he's on the hot seat for being a GM. Someone needs to take away his ability, one, to draft, because it's proven he can't draft.
Man,
From
been
Cole
broken.
Strange, from Cole Strange last year
Even in
to
the Brady days, it wasn't. No.
Nikhil Harry, like he kind of lucked it, and Tom Brady was able to elevate those players and all those sort of aspects. And you had the Tom Brady effect where people were coming to New England to play cheap. See, Bill Belichick doesn't like paying players. That's why he never played J.C. Jackson 2 years ago, because at that time J.C. Jackson was the best corner in the game. And when he went, I'm the best corner in the game, give me money, he went, no.
Yeah,
And
pretty
that's the
much.
problem with the Patriots. They don't like paying players. And that has been Bill Belichick's mindset for a while, because Tom Brady kept taking discounts and people would go to them to ring chase. We don't have that anymore. But he's got the same mindset. He doesn't want they had that period where he went out and splashed cash, and it was such a big story because he never did that. I think he spent like 100 million in like 30 hours, and people are like, oh my gosh, blah blah blah. But they haven't worked out. Hunter Henry, I think, got traded for a seventh. Like they just so he might be. He's a good head coach. He's a good coach. He's won rings on other teams. Like people are saying that the dynasty was purely on Brady. It wasn't. It is also on Belichick. It's
Yeah.
both of them together.
Yes.
Um, but he has proven over the last, I'd say, about 6 years, he isn't a good GM. And someone needs to take away his GMing powers, and it's not going to go well. I imagine he is not going to like that. But he can't draft. He can't hire. He can't hire his staff because he had the Lions' old head coach. I can't remember. Matt Patricia, a defensive coordinator, as their offensive coordinator last year. So it proves that he holds loyalties to men who can't do their jobs. And sometimes you just got to be harsh. And like, I don't have a position for you. Go find a job somewhere else. They need a bit of harsh love. I think their season's over. I reckon Jones is done in as a Patriot. I don't see them keeping Jones at all. And I think Bill Belichick needs to lose his. If he's gonna stay, he needs to stay as a coach, not as a GM.
I think it's the first time I can actually look at the Patriots and say they don't trust their coach. They don't trust and the coach slash GM. And I'm glad you brought that point up about the GM spot, because we've seen Matt Jones have flashes of being really good over the last couple of
Rookie
years.
year.
We've seen flashes. We know what he can do, but this team and what they built around him, it is not good at
No.
all. I mean, I'm talking pure weapons. They have no weapons. Oh, let's go and give Zeke $4 million to be
Why?
our number 2 running back to average 3 yards a carry. Like, what are we doing? Where are your splash players? Like, because you have this young quarterback, and I feel bad for Mac Jones. Honestly, I do. Although he's a Bama guy,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't like Bama guys. Uh, uh, but I do feel bad for Mac Jones, because we've seen he has the ability to be a decent quarterback in his league. But just this year alone, it has been putrid. It's been horrible to look
It's
at.
just
And I feel bad for it, because the old school mentality for Bill Belichick is still there. And mind you, the there's no more Tom Brady. You're right about that. There's no more Tom Brady. So there's no more Tom Brady perks.
mm-hmm.
Tom Brady was taking less money. Tom Brady was married to a gazillionaire or whatever, and he could take less money. Let's be real. Guys were getting paid a little more. The defensive guys were getting paid a little more, not the weapons.
Yeah.
But Tom Brady was so good, he could make those weapons look good, right? I mean, he made Deion Branch a Super Bowl MVP one year. So I'm just saying, like, but now that same philosophy, bro, we all know by the time it might have been you and Brady, but we do know it was a lot more Brady than it was you. And we kind of get that now. We kind of get that now, because I feel like the team is going to be a tough, like, all right, to get blown out one time,
Mm-hmm.
You can overcome that. Blown out twice in a row, one on the road and one at home, to a team in the Saints that really can't score.
Yeah, they're not
34
particularly good
points.
teams.
And if you look at that game, the Saints didn't have any spectacular plays, the numbers weren't there. Carr under 200 yards, Kamara under 100 yards rushing. There was
Hmm.
the most receiving yards was 65 by Mike Thomas. I mean, it's like, well, there was the pick six, and then there was just getting us in good field position, and we took advantage of it because of the putrid offense that you have. And that is on the GM, which is Bill Belichick. It is on him to right those wrongs, and I don't think he's going to be able to do that. So maybe not the coaching hot seat, but you're right though. The GM hot seat, it might be a power of it's time. If I'm the owner, forgot his name already. You know, the famous owner for the Patriots,
Kraft.
Yeah, Robert Kraft. Yeah, he might sit down and say, "Brother, I got to take the GM spot because right now we ain't winning." I mean, the boos were out there hardcore in New England. Obviously, I'm watching the game. I'm a Saints fan, so I'm watching the game.
Yeah.
The boos were out there bad. And I'm like, yo, I felt bad for this team. Like, get them off throw the white towel in, coach. Where's my white towel? Throw the white towel in, coach. So it felt like one of those moments, man. So,
Yeah, it was bad, and obviously pulling Mac Jones and putting Zappy in isn't helping because obviously
well,
you're
by that
just
time it was
ripping.
34-0. I mean, honestly, I was surprised Mac Jones lasted that long as he did. I thought the Rangers was coming out like there was one point in the third quarter. It was their first possession. They go like 3-and-out, whatever it was. No, they had the fumble.
Yeah.
And Mac Jones is on the bench. And there's a picture. You go if you want to Google it, just type in Matt Jones sad, and he is sitting there like you feel bad for this dude, like. Po baby, oh Shad baby, like we say in Louisiana. Oh Shad, you okay, baby? You see him and you see Zappy with his helmet on, Matt Jones with his helmet off, and you have Bill O'Brien, who is the OC, in the middle. And right there, I thought, oh snap, Zappy's going in right now. No, Matt Jones went right back in. I was like, he was so sad, but he wanted to stay on the sideline, but he still went in though. It felt like, this could be a spot where things get to tear apart for this team. We'll find out.
Yeah, who knows? And I do feel Mac Jones. He's getting a lot of hate, but he is a system QB. He's not going to blow you out the water,
That's facts.
but he's just got no help. And like, it would be good if he could throw the ball and have someone to catch the ball, or be able to grab the ball from the center and survive more than 2 seconds without being squashed. It's what was it? 110 yards, 24 is 110 yards is what he threw. 24 yards was their most, which was Stevenson, which was their 24 yards rushing, and then 43 yards is their receiving. Like, that's just putrid. That's just horrible. You cannot run a team
It's
like
just
that.
bad football on all phases. Even the defense that we thought was so great, all of a sudden they
Mm.
can't stop a nosebleed now. All of a sudden, I don't know what's going on. I mean, even when Judon was there against the Cowboys, they gave him 38 points, and Judon got hurt late in
Yeah,
that game. He got hurt late in the game. So I mean, I don't know. This team is back to the drawing board for real, but there'll be no playoffs for this team in my opinion. AFC's already too
no,
stacked,
definitely not.
and your offense and now defense catching up to your offense, it just looks bad, man.
Yeah,
But that was our bad. That wasn't even our downright ugly. All right,
no, it wasn't.
our downright ugly. We had this manifesto of these two giants coming together. These two gladiators. Well, that's the word of upper echelon people talking about this game. The Dallas Cowboys at the San Francisco 49ers, right? And we and the whole talk was this epic Sunday night football matchup. You can't miss it because it's gonna go down. And then you realize this game is only hyped up because of the brand name of the Dallas Cowboys. Because in reality, me and you both picked the Niners, and we didn't even talk about how great this game will be. I said it might be close for a second, but at the end, the Niners will pull away, right? And you had the same kind of feeling. Like, it could be decent, but the Niners, we never talked about, oh my goodness, like, this is going to be such an epic matchup. We didn't say that. We let those dumb folks on the other networks say that because that's how you get ratings and all that stuff. We keep it real over here. We
Yeah.
knew the Niners were a different class above the Cowboys. We just didn't understand how far they were. The Niners smashed the Dallas Cowboys by a score of 42-10 on Sunday Night Football, where all eyes on me, says the late Tupac. All eyes on the Dallas Cowboys getting their ass whipped by the San Francisco 49ers. And my guy, my friend, this wasn't even close from the start. It was bad.
No,
Uh,
it was
how
horrible.
bad was this loss for the Cowboys? And is there any way to get back on track?
Well, it's the Cowboys, so of course they're going to be like they're back on track. And it's this loss seems worse for the amount of talk the fans and the Cowboys themselves were chatting.
Yes.
The entire off season, the first two games where they beat the living crap out of the Giants because we assumed Giants were going to be good. Turns out they were awful.
Yeah,
And then they beat the living crap out of the Jets because everyone assumed the Jets were going to be good. Oh, no, it's Zach Wilson. We still beat the living crap. You know what I mean? Then they lost to the Cardinals and they're like, oh, that was a bit weird. You know, we're
Trayvon
just gonna
Diggs,
move
sir.
on. Yeah, Trevon's dicks, can't blame that, excuses, and they kept talking. And everyone had circled this game just because we knew this was going to be their first real match after the first 2 weeks. But even in those weeks where like Dak don't look good, it's like there's that problem. And then they got beat, and Dak's colours unfortunately really shine through, and it's it really put them in their place. And I do have to say it's very satisfying hearing the Cowboys in their place because that's what I do hate about the Cowboys the most is them just constantly talking about how it's their year, even though it's not their year. But three INTs and all that kind of stuff. But even after a smackdown like that, and then Dak Prescott losing to Mr. Irrelevant and just having no chance, they still like Micah Parsons still talking about how we're equally as good. We looked terrible and did nothing, but now we're on the same level as the 49ers. It's just like, come on, like this. It's so delusional that it's sad.
It
I
kind
think
it
that's it.
kind of
Is
is. Shout out to
it
Ben
is?
Mott. What's up, Ben? Said what up, Los and TJ. Said
What
how's
is
everyone
up?
doing tonight? We're doing great, Ben. What's up, brother?
Yeah, I'm
Peter
doing
said
well,
what's
doing
up, Ben
well.
Mott. So yes, welcome back to the Trot Channel, man. And we're talking Cowboys getting their ass kicked right now by the Niners. I gotta say this. Uh, I agree with Travis 303. He said I wasn't surprised Dallas lost. I was surprised by how bad they lost. They beat the tar out of all these crappy teams, but as soon as they play a real team, boom, down goes Frazier. No, and which is
Yep.
facts though, which is facts. So back to 2019, this is kind of the same kind of feel. 2019, right? Where they played the first three games. It was against the Commanders, the R words back in the day. The
Yep.
New York Giants were a bad team as well, and then they played some other crappy team. It wasn't the Eagles; it was somebody else. It was three straight crappy teams, and then they played Week 4, their first real team, the New Orleans Saints, without Drew Brees.
Oh, really?
It was Teddy Bridgewater. Sunday Night Football. We beat them and didn't even score a single touchdown. Beat them 12-10. I don't know if you guys remember that. It was week 4, 2019. And
Wow.
all this Cowboys talk because they had beat the crap out of just garbage teams, right? And then the first real team they faced which was us, and it was our great defense and our okay offense because Drew was hurt with Teddy Bridgewater, and they laid the bed. This game yesterday, well Sunday, Sunday was just like that, but 30 times worse. Here
Yeah.
comes, you already know about the Niners. They're the best team in the NFL in our opinions. They're the best in the NFL, right? Cream of the crop. The Cowboys had the audacity to act like they're just as good as the best team in the NFL, right?
Yeah.
And they're saying, the Niners. What about their easy schedule? They didn't lose to the Cardinals like you guys did. I don't care what we know they're good. We know they're good. So
Yeah.
whoever they're playing, we know they're going to bring their best foot forward and have a great chance to win. When we see the Cowboys play, we don't know how good you are because you can slip and lose to a Cardinals team, right? And we just saw in this game outclassed, outmatched, out executed, out everything. I mean, just out, out, out. This team was horrendous. This team was lethargic. They act like they didn't want to be there by the second quarter. Dak, I've said it time and time again. I was the biggest Dak supporter over the last 4 or 5 years ago. 4 or 5 years, I mean. Last year and this year, I don't see it. And it's not just on him. Mike McCarthy's play calling against that Niners squad. That's not gonna get it done. I
No.
understand they want to cut back on the throws and more runs now, and I understand that. But sometimes when you play a really good freaking defense, you gotta mix things up. Kellen Moore, who's now the OC for the Chargers, he had a better game plan. His first two go rounds with the Niners than Mike McCarthy. Because McCarthy went off and said, "Hey, Jerry, I want the reins to the offense. I know what to do. Here we go."
Mhm.
It was a dud. I mean, from the jump, you saw this team out physical from the start. And when you're out physical, your will slowly but surely goes lower and lower and lower to where you just give up. 42-10, this team was done. They were ready to get the. And did you see George Kittle with the F Dallas? I
Yes.
loved
Yeah.
it. I was like, let's
Oh,
go, let's
everyone
go.
loves Jordan Kittle.
Right,
He's
Joy,
just,
that's
he's
my
just
guy.
fun.
He's just a man's man. He's a man child. I love it, man. Uh, but yeah, I'm thinking to myself, what the fudge cake is going on with the Cowboys? All that talk, all that rah rah, we're here, and it
Yeah.
feels like every year there's that marquee game for the Cowboys to prove to the world, okay, we can make that next step for an NFC championship, for a Super Bowl, and they always come up short because they just ain't got it right now. They don't. Call it what you want, player personnel. No, 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 no. Just last week they had the greatest defense in the entirety of the
Yeah.
world.
Yeah.
Right?
And
That
that's what I
defense
hate
did not
about
show
it.
up. Micah Parsons. I've even been suckered into calling him the next Lawrence Taylor. Right? Wrong.
Ooh,
Lawrence Taylor will show up in these kind of games. Micah Parsons,
yeah.
bruh. Besides his star power, and that's why they talk about him. My man had 0 tackles. Zero solo tackles. He had one assisted tackle. That's it. That was his storyline. That was it. Where are you at? But got nerd to talk on his podcast about. I'll see you guys later down the road, and they're
No.
not they're not that much better than we are. We're, like, bro, what game were you playing? Like I know what I was seeing, but what game were you playing, bro? No, so it took apart everything. Dak looked bad. This offense, who really scares you, honestly? Besides Pollard, who does not look the same at all. Pollard doesn't have the same burst, maybe because he's the main guy now. So it was Zeke and Pollard, and they were saying, "Hey, we
Yep.
want to see more of Pollard now." Me included, right? And Pollard, he's still good, but Pollard and Lamb, outside of those two, who scares you on this Cowboys
Hon-
team? If you think about it, no
honest.
one.
No. Honestly, it was obviously being the Eagles. We faced them twice, and they do play the Eagles hard. Of course, you do. It's
Right, right,
divisional
right, right.
rival, but it was okay. CD can burn you in the slot, but you can remove him, and then it was Parsons, and he's been proven, he's been shown, and people have sort of realised you can nullify him. You can remove, and once you remove Parsons from the game, like their defense don't give up a lot of points and a lot of yards, and I feel sorry for Michael Parsons because he's sort of the vibe I get to him because you catch him when he's not part of the Dallas Cowboys media. He says some things and then later he'll say the opposite.
Right.
So
Facts.
during draft day when the Eagles got Carter, he sort of stormed off saying I don't understand how the league will let Carter fall to the Eagles. He's so good, blah blah blah, and sort of praised the Eagles. And then 2 weeks later, when he was in the building, he then slandered it. He was sort of like, nah, awful. They've got terrible. Yeah, they got Carter, but they've lost everything here and everything there. So he clearly sort of is split two minds about the team he's playing for. But obviously, him being that good, he is the face of the Cowboys at the moment. He is the Cowboys, like even more than Dak, I think. But they gave their money to Dak, and his contract's coming up. And you've got all these players who are good. I can admit they are good, who need to be paid. So they've got weaknesses. I feel like it's only going to get worse, and their coach isn't going to help them. They need to get rid of Mike McCarthy, and I reckon Dan Quinn, if they're thinking about it, Dan Quinn, I reckon, might be the next coach, because obviously he's the thing keeping that defense going. But we've seen Dan Quinn be a head coach, and he just likes to blow leads.
Yep, I'm about to say he was the head coach, and Kyle Shanahan was the OC of that same Falcon squad. So I mean, hey, I got Dallas hockey girls in the building. Said, "What up, my love, Carlos Delgado? What's up, baby girl?
What up?
Dallas hockey girls in the building. Always good to see you, love." But yeah. Back to what you were saying, man.
Obviously you've got good old Jerry Jones at the top there, who I don't think will fire Mike McCarthy, if he's not. And like, look how long it took him to get rid of the coach before Mike McCarthy. Was it Garrett? Jason Garrett. And because he's all like, oh, we're all sort of family, but it's not. So I don't think he will get rid of Mike McCarthy, but Mike McCarthy isn't good. Like, I don't think he's a good coach.
It was a reason why Green Bay kind of fizzled out, because even Aaron Rodgers said it kind of got like the play call got lethargic towards the end. Like, it was like, bro, this gotta get in with where you fit in now. It's a new era now, a new day. There's more creative minds out there now. Same issue the Saints had with Pete Carmichael just the last couple games. We were saying we need to be more creative, right?
Yeah.
And it's cool when you play those garbage teams where you can run the ball 30 plus times and Dak only throws it maybe 20 times and time possession. But when you face a good defense like the Niners, you gotta be more creative now. And that was the biggest issue. Dak, by the way, a lot going on towards him. He has looked bad though. He has. I mean, even the wins they got, he looked bad.
People were mentioning it where they're like, they won, but he hasn't. He wasn't the reason why they won. He hasn't looked good.
Red zone, he's not getting it in the red zone at all.
Nope.
And his picks are looking worse and worse now. I mean, I saw one pick that kind of wasn't really his fault. The deep ball, I'm like a nerd, but he was on the left hash mark, and it was a tight route, and two guys about 20 yards away never made a move, so he had to guess on that route when he threw it. He had to guess, and that was bad because the receivers never separated from each other until it was too late. So he had to guess on that route because of pressure. The other two, though, were god-awful. Like, what are you doing? What's going on? And as far as the Cowboys as a whole, they're going to bounce back as far as wins and losses, because they're just going to beat up on the easy teams. But in the back of their mind, they got to. We'll talk about this later on. They got Monday Night Football against the Chargers this week. Ooh, they best not lay the bed this week. I don't know yet. We'll get to that for the end of our stream. But they will feast on the easy teams because they always do that, right? Their defense is built for those teams. But when teams punch them in the mouth, like the Cardinals did, and shout out to Travis 303. Travis said, "Here's your common denominator: the Cowboys lose 28-16 to the Cardinals, and the Niners beat the Cardinals 35-16. So that's your common denominator right there. Besides those two playing against each other, right? It tells you how good of a team the Niners are and how bad compared to the Niners the Cowboys are. But the Cowboys are win-loss. They're going to have a good win-loss record. They always do. They'll win 10-plus games this year. We know that. But the psychology, right, when you do face these good teams, and that's playoff teams. So when you're in the playoffs, can we play good against this squad? Can our quarterback step up? Can our defense do well? Because you might mess around and be the wild card team, right? But the divisional round is going to be either Eagles or the Niners, most likely. Can you beat those
Yep.
teams? And right now, psychologically, they cannot. They're gonna beat themselves before they even get beat by the team.
No, no, I get you, and it is. I feel like it is a mentality of the team, and they've had this mentality for so long.
Yes.
There was an interview with a player that signed with the Cowboys, and he only signed before he retired for a couple weeks because he entered the locker room, their brand new like AT&T locker room, and he said right in the center of the locker room, it said, "It is a privilege to play for the Dallas Cowboys," and I'm just sort of like, what? It's no, it's a privilege to get these men to play for you. You need to focus on the players, not the team. And it feels like the early success when Jerry bought the team, the early success with Troy Aikman and obviously Emmett Smith just built that mentality that they
I don't
cannot
like
do
that.
no
I
wrong.
hate that. Because it's a privilege to be in the NFL. It's a
Yeah,
privilege to be in
yeah.
the NBA. It's a privilege to be in the MLB, right? Because that's I thank
Mhm.
God for our country and for the free countries out there that pay these men to play a sport. That's a privilege. I understand that, but for a particular team in that sport, oh no, it is,
Yeah,
brother. Stop that.
yeah.
Markai
It's
says, "Hey,
horrible.
what's up, Markai?
Oh, hey, Mark. I hope you're having
What's
a
up,
great night.
Markai?" Thank y'all for showing love, man. But yeah, the Cowboys got romped up, man. And for me and TJ and PJ, right? So yeah, her too. Yeah, we really enjoyed that ass kicking that went around, man. Because those guys get on my freaking nerves. And for
Yeah,
me, it's more of the fan base. I love the players on the Cowboys. I'm always a players guy. But as far as the fan base goes, and the GM slash owner, I can give two craps about both of those guys.
no. And we know PJ doesn't like the Cowboys because she only likes winners and they don't
That's
win.
right. And she said last time they won, I wasn't even thought of. Yep, you're right.
1995, I was just born.
1995. I mean, the Carolina Panthers had just became a team.
Yeah,
Right when the
yeah.
Cowboys won, man. Good God Almighty, bro. I told folks, man, hey, I was 7 years old when the Cowboys last won the Super Bowl. I don't want to hear. All I've known all my life is how bad the Cowboys have been, pretty much. And look, honestly, I feel bad for the players because I mean, you play for that star, you're playing for that brand, and
Yeah,
I get it, and that is a tough thing to do. I do get it. It's tough to play for that brand because what all not just the perks, but also the bad perks as well that come around, and you gotta quote unquote perform because you're gonna be whether you like it or not, you're gonna be the talk around sports media because the Cowboys are worth like freaking $7 billion, right? So I mean,
it is.
yeah, so thank y'all for showing love, man. That was our good, our bad, and our downright ugly. If you want to hear it all once again, you just rewind it from the start. We'll break it all down from the good, the bad, and the downright ugly. So the Cowboys, yeah, they were just downright ugly against the Niners. So, but let's go with our hold on, hold on. Let's go with our what the fudge cake moment. How about that? How's that sound, TJ?
Sounds right. Do you want to go first?
You can. Ooh, what am I gonna do? Yeah, you go first.
Uh,
What's your what the fuck fudge cake moment? Lord, I'm about to cuss for real.
Um,
What the
my
moment?
yeah. Um, my what the fudge cake moment, I think, is going to go with, and I struggled with this week because obviously I don't want to backtrack of what we discussed, like 'cause we
Right,
always
but
talk about like the Ravens and that. I'm going to go with Ryan, just the Titans. And the reason why I say what the fudge cake, are they good? Are they bad? What are they? We've had for this entire week. Every time I've chosen the Titans, they've lost. Every time they win, I haven't. They've won, and they lost to the Colts with no Anthony Richardson. Like uh, Gardner Minshew had came in, and obviously Anthony Richardson hopefully gets better. Obviously, there's two major injuries, but what are the Titans? Just what are they? No one knows. And like Ryan Tannehill has looked awful. Why is he still playing? Derek Henry, like what are they? DeAndre Hopkins, I think what he went off. He had 140 yards last game, and they still lost. How does DeAndre Hopkins put up 140 yards and lose? And it's just what are they? And that's my what. I just look at the Titans and I just keep an eye on their score because I have sort of built up a bit of a vendetta against them
Yeah,
because of
yeah.
the confusion. And I'm just watching them being like, what is going on? And then when I hear like the Colts main QB goes out, I'm like, oh, okay. So Tannehill, they're going to come back. And then Gardner Minshew does that. And I'm just like, okay, what? I'm just confused. So that's it. I just
Yeah,
had a little rant about the Titans. That's
I feel
all.
you. The Titans are a wishy-washy team. You don't know what team you're gonna get from a week-to-week basis with that squad. I don't know. Ben Moss said, "How about the Miami Hurricanes, Los? Oh Lord, I don't want to get into that. Lord, the Hurricanes, just nil the damn ball, you win the game, man." Anyways, Miami Hurricanes is college football. Oh my God! If you guys have not seen it yet, check out the highlight.
That's right.
Hurricanes had the win. All you had to do was nail the ball. Nope, we want to run it instead, and they fumble,
Why?
and the team
Why?
gets it 2 plays later touchdown. Other team wins the game. It's crazy. That's crazy. I lost a lot of money on that. Kids do not bet. Do not gamble. I lost $236. I could have got it right there. Well,
Ooh.
I lost 100, but I could have won $232.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I was
Damn.
heartbroken because of a damn dumbass team. Don't know how to freaking nail the ball. Anyways, my what the fudge came moment is that same game, but different
Oh,
teams. In the Colts, Jim Irsay. Oh, we just lost TJ. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Let's get my man back. We just lost TJ. Let's get him right back, though. But if you're listening, my what the fudge cake moments is same game, but the Colts, Jim Irsay and Jonathan Taylor just had their quote unquote beef, pretty much, right? Just had some beef going on about paying running backs. Taylor finally gets paid. Well, I forgot it was. It was 4 years, 40 something million rushing yards, couple of touchdowns. That is my what the fudge cake moment from Jim Irsay. He's like, bro, I just paid Taylor. Taylor only had 18 total yards the entire game. 18 yards. That is it. That is it. He had 18 total yards the entire game, and Zach Moss took the reins, and he went dumb. Right? He just went crazy. But it shows you why the running back flex is so kind of iffy right now. Like we're paying these guys, but anyone can get that kind of yardage. As gonna put TJ back on the stream now. So give me just another moment as TJ's gonna rejoin us in just a second, you guys. All right, hold on. I'm seeing reconnecting. What's going on? Give me
oh,
one.
I'm back.
You back, brother?
Hi. Sorry about that. We're doing too well. Something had to go wrong.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
I listened to your whole rant. And I completely agree. They gave him a 3-year contract worth 42 million, and it was a bit weird. The moment he was, potentially healthy, the contract got signed. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
And you heard that little conversation, that little thing from the NFL, the NFLP about running backs potentially faking the injuries, and then the moment the money came in, oh, I'm healthy now, play me. It's a
Right.
bit suspicious, but it's true. It's
But we all knew what was going on. We all knew it, and that's
yeah,
why the NFL said something about it, man. But the $42 million guy is back in the building now. He's gonna get all the carries, and here comes Zach Moss, the $1 million guy. And he
yep,
goes all crazy. He's the hot hand. Feed him, right? He wants it more, right? So that is my what the fudge cake moment, man. Like running backs, like that might be the last running back that gets big money now. I'm just saying. And honestly, you give Taylor a couple more weeks to get his legs together, and then we'll see what happens. But boy, Zach Moss looked good though. He looked good. Over 160 yards rushing, 190 yards total offense from Zach Moss, the backup running back for the Colts. The day that Taylor starts the game, it's crazy,
yeah,
crazy. So that is definitely my what the fudge cake moment, man. But it's funny we came from the same game though.
yeah, yeah. No, I get it, and yeah, it was. Are you expected Taylor to go off? Obviously, he might have a bit of rust because obviously hasn't played in a very long time. But Zach Moss, 165 yards.
I mean,
Oof, and that,
it's crazy. Like I'm happy for the guy though. I like guys who get their chance because now he can probably go out to another team and maybe get an extra $4 or $5 million on a contract for next season because of what he's shown so far this particular year in Taylor's absence. So I mean, I like that, man. Get your money, man. Get your money. But that was like
of course.
it was great. That's just how the things work though. You know, if you're on fantasy and you were happy that Zach Moss is and not gonna be the starter. Here comes Taylor, so you bring in Taylor again, and Taylor gets you nothing, 18 yards total. You're like, damn, what the fudge cake.
What is it?
All right, so hey, let's go to our week 6 picks and predictions, y'all. That's what you all been waiting for. We're gonna run this down through this pretty quickly, you guys. Because we're already an hour and 20 into this stream. Thank y'all for showing love and for being a part of the stream. You guys are awesome, by the way, man. Keep hitting that like button, hit that share button, share this to your streams, to share the stream to all your family and friends and social media. We want to be part of just the biggest talked about NFL podcast show on YouTube, you guys. So let's get it, man. On all social medias, by the way. So thank y'all for that, man. Here is our week 6 picks and predictions. Our first game, Thursday Night Football, we talked about it earlier. The Denver Broncos at the Kansas City Chiefs. I will go first. I guess let's go.
Of
You go
course,
first.
yeah. Why not?
And I'm going with the Chiefs.
Of course.
Next, no. Anyways,
Yeah.
obviously divisional game, so I don't really expect a super duper blowout. I think this will be a Thursday night game. Broncos keep it close for a half. Chiefs take over. Look, I don't care how close the Chiefs played against the Vikings, how close they played the Jets. This Broncos team is just not good. They look bamboozled. But I feel like for the first half, the Broncos will stay in it. You know, maybe 17-10 halftime score, something like that. But then at the end, I got the Chiefs winning by 3 scores. I'm gonna say something like 31-13. 31,
Fair.
or maybe even 31-16. How does that sound? 31-16 Chiefs.
Fair. And yeah, it's going to be like the Chiefs are going to feast. I know Travis Kelce got slightly banged up the last game, but apparently he's already practicing. But yeah, it's going to be horrible for Denver. Like they've got no defense, and they haven't won against Kansas City for like
Forever.
like 13 straight games. They're not going to win this one.
It's crazy, and they had way better teams in past and have lost. And now you got this team coming in.
Yeah,
might be a tough one.
It wouldn't be honestly. It wouldn't be surprised with that defense, and they even lost Randy Gregory, haven't they? Went to the 49ers of all teams. This might be another 70 bomb with that defense. I'm sorry, like Pat Mahomes is just going to have a day.
I wouldn't say 70, but 50 pretty close.
50. I actually 50 is
could
more.
Could happen, but you know, like Travis says, Casey does like to play down to their opponent. Divisional rival as well. We'll find out. But obviously, I think a dub is still going to KC regardless of who's. I mean, this could be a game where like they could just play the backup. Honestly, the backup QB. And I think they'll still win this game
Easily.
We have our next game in London. So that's our first game is Sunday morning. Wake up, folks! Sunday morning football once again for the 3rd week in a row, and the Baltimore Ravens, quote unquote, at the Tennessee Titans, going to be played in London, by the way. And hold on, is this London or is it Germany?
London.
Okay.
This is the last London.
London. Okay, I'll make sure I wasn't saying it wrong. Okay, because I did put it on there, on screen. It's London. All right. I was like, damn, did I just wing this and like got it wrong and go look stupid now? Oh well.
No, you're right.
At the Titans in London, and I'll let you go first, TJ.
Well, my rant decides who's going to win. Like, do I not pick Tennessee and they win? Do I pick Tennessee and they lose? Like, apparently, I have the fate of all Tennessee in my hands. I'm going to go with Baltimore. I think they are just the better team. And yes, their wide receivers chose not to catch at all last game. But I feel like if Zach Moss can run all over Tennessee, I reckon Lamar Jackson's going to run over all Tennessee. And both these teams, obviously, it's going to be interesting because both these teams haven't played or haven't spent a week in London, so they'll still have the same jet lag. I think Baltimore and both Tennessee are sort of East Coasty. I think Baltimore is. I don't
Yeah,
really know where
they're
Tennessee is.
more they're quote unquote central in
Yes.
central time
So
zones.
so it's not that bad of a time difference. So yeah, but I reckon Baltimore's just going to run out. I don't think they're going to throw as much. It will be just keep to the ground game, just keep running, just keep going, and yeah, that's who I'm going to choose. Baltimore,
Yeah, I agree. I'm going Baltimore as well. For a slight second, I said maybe Tennessee, and Tennessee could still win this game because we just don't know
most probably will.
what we're getting. But I'm going Baltimore as well. I think Baltimore just needs this game a whole lot more than Tennessee. I can't see Baltimore dropping this one because they're it's only gonna get harder from now on out. You lose to the Steelers, albeit a divisional rival, but still, Steelers aren't that good of a team on paper as far as offense. Titans the same way. I think now with a neutral site game, pretty much, Baltimore's gonna have the
Mhm.
favor. And of course, Zach Moss, like you said, they're going to run all over them. I think this will be a breakout game for Lamar Jackson, running again over 100 yards rushing and doing some incredible things. I don't see the passing being as dominant, but I'm going to go with the Ravens to squeak out with this game. Probably by one possession, low scoring game, low 20s to, I'll say like 21 to like 15, something like that. I'm going to go with
Fair.
the Ravens and win this game ugly, but they're the
Yeah,
better
it's not
team.
going to be a pretty game.
They're,
It's
they're,
not going
they're,
to be a
they're the
pretty
better
game.
team for sure, and they better win this game because if not, man, I think all hell's gonna break loose in Baltimore because if they don't win this game, it's probably because their offense was sucky again, and now you're
Yeah,
gonna really start talking because the Steelers, quote unquote, good defense, even the Titans, good defense, but Steelers and Titans not good offenses. So you can still score and win these games, right? So
yeah.
just win. We're going with the Ravens and
Just
Steelers.
win.
Just win the game,
Um,
man.
if Tannehill plays terrible in this game, I won't be surprised if next week Will Levis starts.
Ooh, Will Levis over Malik Willis
Malik,
because they're saying
Mate,
Willis.
well,
They said
I
Willis.
know. Talk about.
They said Willis looked better than Levis all training camp.
Oh, fair
Yeah, so
enough.
that's
Fair
why he's
enough.
number two on.
It'll be one of them. I see Tannehill getting benched, and I
Yeah,
don't see
yeah,
any.
yeah. Because honestly, whoever it is, whether it's Levis or Willis, they both ain't good to me. So I mean, trust me, Tennessee's gonna go back to back years getting quarterbacks early.
Yeah, yeah.
They
Well,
need.
you say early. I think they're both what third rounds,
They're both.
fourth
Well,
rounds.
yeah,
So
you're right, right. This one first round. But if they got it, they
it
getting it.
definitely
If
was.
they got it, they getting it, y'all. I'm telling you right now. Our next game on the docket, we had the Carolina Panthers at the Miami Dolphins.
Ooh.
Yeah, Dolphins. Panthers are the worst team in the NFL, most likely. Dolphins, best offense in the game. At home, they might put up 40 in this game. I think Panthers have a little bit better pride on defense, so they won't give up 70. So I'm gonna say Dolphins score 40 in this game. I mean now their star rookie running back Achan is out for this game.
Yes, he's out for a
Uh,
bit.
so he's been out about 4 weeks, I heard. So that's a very unfortunate blow. But they still have Robert Mostert and Raheem Mostert, excuse me. They have Raheem Mostert and they have obviously Tyreek and Waddle and Tua and those other receivers out there. So at home they're gonna score a lot of points. Panthers can't hang. Bryce Young, I don't know, man. I've I'm not one to bench the young fella. I'm not, man, but
Mm.
I really thought he should have never started the season, in my opinion, because I just thought he wasn't ready at all. But I get why you start him off, get those lumps and bruises. But Bryce Young is just not going to be able to keep up with the Dolphins at all in this game. Dolphins, when I'll say 40-17, just for the hell of it, man. So yeah, I'm going Miami.
Yeah, it talk about you want to build a guy's confidence up, and you're just not. And I think Frank Reich's play calling has not been the best. Some of it's been a bit questionable, but the Dolphins are just gonna build up momentum and steam, which is a bit concerning because I play them in 2 weeks' time. So yeah, yeah,
Good one. I didn't know that. I ain't know
yeah,
that.
yeah.
That's been a good one, Lord.
We've got a gauntlet. Hold on, I know this is gonna be. Have you heard of the Eagles gauntlet?
Oh no, no, what is it?
So this week, obviously, we've got Jets, which is much more, much more manageable. And then it's the last, like, potentially winnable game, which is like the I've got it. I'm getting the full schedule up. I don't want to mess this up. So bear with me.
Gotcha. I'm
So
pretty sure. I mean, there's Dolphins
oh
involved. There's Dolphins
yeah,
involved. Obviously, there's Chiefs involved,
so
right?
so this is the
Dolphins,
gauntlet.
Chiefs,
This is
Bills.
Yeah, so this was before Aaron Rodgers got injured. We had Jets, Dolphins, Washington, Cowboys, a bye, Chiefs, Buffaloes, 49ers, Cowboys, Seahawks. That
Got all the little the bad teams out the way, right? Good God
yeah,
Almighty.
and then we end the season with the Cardinals, and Giants. But yeah, we from essentially, obviously this week we got Jets now from week 7 all the way up to week 15. It's gonna be hard.
Oh man, I can't wait. I didn't even know that. Well, start with the Dolphins. That's a good one. So
So yeah, sorry, yeah, going back to the current games. Yeah, I've got the I've got the Dolphins winning this one.
gotcha. Yeah, I mean it's pretty simple, man. The Dolphins are the best offense in the league right now. Panthers, Bryce Young is just not that guy. And I hate to really harp on the young man because I mean, obviously it's not his fault, right, for being put in this situation. Number one overall pick. I just thought this is me before the draft. I was like, this dude, he's just thin. He's a thin dude. He's getting tossed around like crazy out there. And these are some big old dudes like falling on this guy, man. I don't think he'll last long. I hope so. I hope I'm
Oof.
dead wrong about him. Hope so, but I just don't see it right now. All right. Speaking of Bryce Young, let's talk about his counterpartner in C.J. Stroud, his enemy right now. The New Orleans
Ooh.
Saints at the Houston Texans. Should be a low key, really good matchup. Let you go first, TJ. Who's gonna win this game?
I've I'm gonna go with Houston. And obviously, I went New Orleans. I think your defense is good. I think it's obviously better than what the New England was. But I feel like CJ Stroud will keep them in it, and I don't think. I think their defense can be able to deal with Derek Carr a bit more. So I am going to go with Houston, but again, it's going to be a low scoring. I wouldn't be surprised if the running game's through the roof on this game. So I reckon it's going to be like a 13-10 game, and I reckon it will be come down to whoever has the ball last, score that last couple points.
I'm gonna go to New Orleans Saints, baby. Let's go. I'm back on the bandwagon again, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Now, I feel like this. I always said it. I think this was gonna be our week to really shine. Even if we played bad like last week against the Patriots, I would have said I think we kind of have a bounce back scoring wise against the Texans. I think our defense, Stroud has not faced such a gauntlet man to man defense yet for that
Yeah,
we pose. And I saw. Man, Stroud's been good. He's been really good.
he's been really
His
good.
worst game was against Atlanta, and that was still a good game that he played.
Yeah,
And that was like his worst game. I'm like, yeah, he still played a good game though. He even had a chance to win the game before Atlanta drove down and kicked the game in the field goal. But he actually gave them the lead. So Stroud's poise has been crazy. But our defense poise is such a big time threat. If he can, if their guys can man-to-man defense and throw deep bombs over us, and they have a chance. It's gonna be a really good game. I think our offense steps up in this game, and
yeah,
I believe our running game really gets going. And I feel like field position. We've done a great job with field position all year. We just haven't capitalized as an offense the first couple of games. I think with that confidence we bestowed against the Patriots, and now
oh yeah.
kind of bring that same confidence into Houston. I'm going New Orleans to win this game. I'm gonna say out 27
Ooh,
to 27 to 20. How about
interesting.
that? But
Yeah,
but would not be shocked one bit if the Texans do win this game. Because Stroud has been amazing this year.
he's looked really
He's
good.
looked really good, and I'm going New Orleans. Though. I feel like the Saints gonna win this game. So I'm
Yeah,
back on the
go for it.
Saints bandwagon, baby. Who that nation? I apologize for going against my team, but sometimes you gotta do that. Sometimes you got to do that, though. Speaking of Saints, their division rivals, the Atlanta Falcons will host the Washington Commanders. This one gonna be a kind of an interesting game. I feel like every time the Commanders are on the road, they play better on the road than at home. Atlanta being at home in this game, I'm gonna go with Washington. I
Really?
think the Commanders on the road for some reason that them playing at home, they just don't give a damn and they suck. I mean, we saw the Bears beat the crap out of the Commanders. All right, just last Thursday, and then we seen the Bills almost shut out the Commanders at home as well. Uh, but the Commanders on the road have been a different team. They've been very competitive. I feel
Yeah.
like this is a game, one of those weird mid NFC teams playing each other. I feel like Washington's gonna keep it close, and they come out to win. I like somehow they have a big game in today's game. I mean, mind you, this same Washington squad went toe to toe with your Eagles just a couple weeks ago in
Yes, it's true.
Philadelphia.
It's true.
So I feel like they'll do the same thing in Atlanta and get a dub in this game. But it might be my biased New Orleans Saints talking. I don't give a damn right now. Let's go Commanders. We're going Commanders to win this game.
Fair, fair. And I'm going to go with Atlanta. With the same thing, it's like Atlanta plays hard, and I think I've only won at home. So it's got that sort of element to it, and they finally managed to realise that they've got Carl Pitts on their on their team and
Right.
threw it to him. They were like,
80,
finally,
87
Carl Pitts.
yards receiving, right? Yeah, good
Yeah,
job, man.
finally. It took them 3 years, but about time. And I reckon they're going to go back to Carl Pitts
Yeah.
and Bijan Robinson. I think it's going to be Bijan Robinson's game of anything. Have you seen their new ball cam, Sky ball cam? It's their Sky cam, but it only tracks the ball, so it's very clean when it goes between the players and how they pass it off. It's like Bijan's on the back catch was really cool. It's used that way.
Nah, I never seen him. Check it out.
Yeah, you should. It's really good. But I reckon, yeah, Atlanta is going to run the ball hard. And yes, Washington needs to bounce back after losing to Chicago. And for a second, I thought they were going to win that game over Chicago. Like, there was a second where I was like, ooh,
Yeah,
there's a bit of hope. And then that kicker missed it.
I didn't see how I had a toothache. I was knocked out, full of them drugs. So.
Oh, yeah. Fair
I
enough.
was full of them drugs, knocked out. Ezekiel had me gone.
Yeah, no, it was bad, and then Sam Howell sort of got them back in the game. And the moment their kicker missed that 3 points, it was like game over. So yeah, well, I think Washington has that life in them, but I think Atlanta will be able to just control the clock, control the game by running the ball.
Gotcha. Our next game on the docket, y'all, AFC South rivals, the Indianapolis Colts taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars in Jacksonville now. There's no more London for Jaguars right now. So they'll be back at actual Jacksonville, Florida. Who you got in this game, man? Colts or the Jaguars?
I'm going to go with Jaguars. Obviously the Colts aren't going to have Anthony Richardson, and obviously Gardner Minshew did do a good job. And yes, they've got Taylor and Moss to show, but I think the Jacksonville sort of found their footing now, and hopefully they can start building up momentum with this. It's at Jacksonville, so you've got the home crowd advantage and all that kind of stuff. And I think Indy's never. I think there's another stat like Indy struggles in Jacksonville.
It's been like 9 games in a row, 9 years in a row, something like that.
They struggle in Jacksonville. I reckon it will be a fight, and I think it'll be a good game to watch. But I reckon Jacksonville will be able to walk out with the win here.
I'm going Jaguars as well.
Yeah.
But it feels like this was Texans versus Jaguars, where I was saying the Jaguars really want to win this game because they need to establish that they're the best team in the AFC South, right? You want to, because right now these 3 teams are, I mean, the Colts, the Texans, and the Titans, they're not that good. We know that. And we know that the Jaguars were the representative last year, and they have the star power on offense for sure to score a lot of points and be that team that can represent them in the playoffs. But I'm like, they got to show it. So I said against Houston, and Houston beat the crap out of them. So now I'm going to say it again now. Hey, you got to beat this Colts team. Mind you, we just said they've won like 8 or 9 games in a row at home against the Colts. So, but they got to win this game. So I'm going Jacksonville over Indianapolis.
Yeah, makes sense.
So, all right, our next game on the docket, we have a really interesting one. First of all, I love the color scheme this game might possess. The Seattle Seahawks at the Cincinnati Bengals. So I can just see the color scheme. I like the color scheme. I just like that. I don't know. It's weird. I'm a weird guy like that. But Seattle versus Cincinnati, and I really sat back and thought, now Seattle's coming off a bye week, so they're well rested. Cincinnati is that team that's like, man, I got a big dub against the Cardinals in Arizona. Have they found
Yeah,
their footing? Because Jamar Chase, 13 catches, no, 15 catches, a franchise high. Where Jamar Chase, there were like fake rumors saying that Jamar Chase wanted a trade, and this is after Jamar Chase said, "I'm always open," and apparently he
yeah.
is always open because he had
So
15,
apparently so.
19 targets, 15 catches, almost 170 something yards receiving, something like that. But this game, I had a difficult time. Even right now, I'm still processing. Should I
Mm.
make the decision? But I'm gonna go with the Bengals to win this game over Seattle. Yeah, I'm
Oh,
going Bengals. I feel like Bengals at home crowd, and if there's one thing I seen over the years with Geno Smith is that once he gets punched in that mouth, he doesn't respond well. It's only been a few times the last couple years that but when he gets punched in the mouth via sack and he gets that pressure, he tends to fold. I'm gonna go with the Bengals to win this game. That home crowd, Trey Henderson is gonna have a monster game this day against Seattle, and I think he'll sack Geno Smith at least twice in this game. I'm going two sacks Trey Henderson. I'm going to Bengals to make it ugly and to win this game over Seattle.
fair, fair. And it is one of those games where it was hard to predict because if the Cincinnati Bengals were at full strength like they were last year, I think it's a clear win. But I went with Seattle,
Mhm.
well rested, well recovered, and they've got a whole. Essentially, had 2 weeks to game plan for them. And yes, since he finally won and won well, and well, you say won well, there was still a chance where the Cardinals could have come back. You know what I mean? It wasn't a majorly convincing win,
Right,
and obviously, I
right.
think that just shows of how well the Cardinals are, and they are a hard team to beat. But I think Seattle will go in with a game plan, and I think even though Cincy will start to beat, and I reckon it'll be a close game. I reckon it'll be a high scoring game. I think Seattle will be able to win with Geno Smith and DK Mac. I think DK is going to have a big game. I reckon it's a DK game in this one.
I
So
can
yeah, I'm
see
going to
that.
go with
I can
Seattle.
I can see that. Yeah, DK having a great because it's been a while since DK's had a monster
It's
game,
been
right?
a while, yeah, and
He's
it's
been
crazy. He's the only guy who looks terrifying in a pink tank top and pink short shorts. Have you seen the image of him
no,
catching the ball?
I have not
Yeah, it's
seen that.
literally him in a pink tank top and a pink short shorts. You're like, he could kill me by staring.
No, I don't want no issues with that, man. They
Yeah,
say
it's
they
just
say real men wear pink. Well,
um,
he's got the physical tools to beat the crap out of both of us at the same time.
indeed.
So yeah, we ain't doing that. All right, Joe. So that was Seattle versus. And look, this is one of those games too. Like if Seattle's at home, I'll pick Seattle to win this game. But I think
Yeah,
the Bengals crowd might get involved. But this is gonna be that's gonna be a good game. Could be game of the week potential in my opinion.
potentially, yeah.
Yeah. Next game on the docket, we had the Minnesota Vikings at the Chicago Bears.
Ooh.
And I'll let you go first on that one, brother.
Well, has Chicago finally turned it around? They beat Washington away as a sort of like um, memory of Dick. Was it Dick Butkus who died? Unfortunately,
Appreciate you,
yeah.
Ben. Yeah,
All
Dick
right.
Bucks is dead. Dick Bucks died last
R.I.P.
week.
to him.
R.I.P. That's right.
Um,
He was Mr. Chicago.
so it was a nice, yeah, it was a nice win for them. But unfortunately, I think they're going to come crashing down. And
Mm.
like, it's against Minnesota, and it's one of those things where they have the same record. I think Minnesota has the same record as Chicago,
Now,
but
hold on. Now, did you hear? They might change your
ooh,
mind. Justin Jefferson will be out for the game.
out for the game.
Yeah.
I know he had a hammy, but I didn't know he was out for the game.
Oh, he gonna be out.
Oh,
He gonna miss. He's missing. He's gonna miss some time.
oh,
The
ooh,
Vikings said
that
they're
might.
they're in no rush to bring Jefferson back anytime. They're gonna let him heal. So there's like a high percentage that he's gonna miss this game. Very high.
Ooh, that does change my opinion. They were going to be my locks as well. That,
Whoo!
yeah, that was going to be my locks. That's. I reckon that. I think that does change it
Yeah, so
because
they
they're in.
just they had just said it a few hours ago that one they don't want to rush him back. They
There.
said and there's potential him missing at least 4 games.
Oh, that's devastating. That is
Yes, so
devastating.
which means he might be on IR coming up pretty soon.
I honestly think that does change my opinion. I
Yeah,
think Chicago hates it.
bro, I'm gonna call it right now. Hey, I'm going Chicago. that's,
Yeah.
I'm going Chicago. I feel like the Bears found something in that offense. they finally threw the damn ball to DJ Moore. Like throw it to
Yeah,
him.
that's what I'm
He's a
thinking.
you got him there for a reason. I'm going Chicago. And that was probably with even with or without Justin Jefferson. Honestly, for me,
Oh, really?
I was going Chicago regardless.
See, I think with Justin Jefferson, I think he can burn their corners pretty well. But without Justin Jefferson, I don't think Minnesota has the
Let me
ability to do that.
a quick Google check. Uh, see how long. Oh, my J's don't work, huh?
Just Jefferson.
Here we go.
Vikings plan to put Justin
Yep,
Jefferson on IR,
yep.
out for a hamstring.
He
Yeah,
will miss at least 4 games. That's according to CBSSports.com.
yeah. That yeah. I'm gonna go with that news. Literally has changed it. I'm gonna go with Chicago. Like it is crazy how much that one player
Yeah,
impacts the
it does.
entire
It does.
team.
You're right. You're right.
If Minnesota has a worse record than the Chicago Bears in the North,
That's gonna
you,
be crazy.
you
Oh,
hear the
that's right.
jerseys catching
Both
fire.
these teams are 1-4. No, yeah, both teams are 1-4, right?
Yeah,
Oh my
same record, same everything.
God.
Yeah, precisely.
Yeah, I'm going Bears though.
Madness.
I'm going Bears on this one.
Fair and yeah, I agree. I think the Bears are going to win. I
Yeah,
just don't see.
I kind of figured you didn't really know the
I
injury.
didn't.
Yeah,
I knew he was injured.
know
I
what?
didn't know he was going
Because
to go on IR.
how confident you sounded. You sounded very confident. I said, hold on, he might not know about Jefferson being out. Yeah,
I
yeah,
didn't. Oh,
yeah,
that
man.
changes my lock as well. Oh no, I'm
You said change my lock
scrabbling. I'm
too.
just scrabbling.
Gotta change the lock, man. All right. Well, let's go to our next game. This might change your mind with the lock here. Who knows? We have the San Francisco 49ers at the Cleveland Browns. And as much as I wanted to pick the underdog in Cleveland, although they're coming off the bye week, they're well rested. Deshaun Watson should be playing this game. They're at home. I'm going to Niners though. I just don't see the. I mean, look, this might be the best defense the Niners have played though.
Yeah.
And I ain't damn the Cowboys. The Browns might be the best defense they played up to this point. So this is going to be the Niners, I think, toughest test so far of the season. This should be a really good game. If the Niners blow the top off the Browns in this game, oh my God, they could potentially. I'm not even BSing. They could potentially run the entire NFC, barring that game against Philadelphia later on.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, because I don't really see a whole bunch of teams beating this Niners squad, especially if they come to the mentality of how they did against the Dallas Cowboys. That's a different mentality because all the rah-rah talking about how good the Cowboys are, right? Different mentality. So I understand it. But anyways, I'm going to go to Niners, though. I almost said the Browns just for, like, not wishful thinking, but, like, the potential of the Niners got to lose the game somehow, right? Somewhere, somehow.
Who
And
knows?
it's going to come one of these days. I don't know when, but one of these days it's going to come. But not this day. I'm going Niners to win this game. I'll say Niners win by, I'm going to go 28-20.
28-20. Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. And I agree. I think the Niners are gonna. That Niners train is just gonna keep going. You know what I mean? It's just constantly moving fast and building up momentum. And yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how Brock Purdy and that offense handles a defense like that. Because the one time you've seen Brock Purdy get a bit shaky is when he's been pressured.
Yes.
And it happened a bit in the Giants game, and obviously this one they've got Myles Garrett. But obviously week they had Micah Parsons, and they managed to handle Micah Parsons very well. So it will be interesting. But that Niners, that is a well orchestrated offense and defense. They know what they're meant to do, and they execute it perfectly. And people are already chatting like potentially undefeated team, MVPs, like that chat's already talking because it's the way they've handled the opponents.
Yeah.
They've handled them well, and they've not at all been a threat for them. So I imagine they're going to have harder opponents down the line. Obviously, they've got the Eagles, so that'll be a good, interesting game. I reckon that game will determine who's got the number one seed in the NFC.
Yep.
Yeah, but obviously you've got the Browns, Vikings, Bengals, Jags, Buccaneers, like Seahawks. They've got a pretty easy schedule.
Yeah.
They've
It's
got a
some,
pretty interesting team.
someone's gonna beat them. They're not gonna go 18-0. Someone's gonna beat them. Someone's gonna beat them, right? Right?
Yeah, I know who.
Right?
I know who. I know
Oh,
who. It's going to be on the 3rd of December.
hey, let's go. Fly Eagles fly, right?
The Eagles fly, yeah. Cool. Not worried at all. Perfectly fine. Yeah, not worried.
No worries, no sweat.
Yeah,
Piece of
listen,
cake. Let's
yeah.
go to our next game. So we both got the Niners winning that one. The New England Patriots versus the Las Vegas Raiders, man. Let you go with that one. TJ, who you got in that one, bro?
Oh my goodness! I didn't think a rematch from last year. It's just unfortunately, my Jacoby Myers is already on the Raiders, so he can't throw it to the Raiders
Right.
team like he did last year. I'm gonna go with Vegas. Like they won last year. They obviously just beat the Packers. I don't think they're good. I don't think it's going to be a particularly good game. But New England's just a dumpster fire, and I don't see them winning anytime soon. I think their season's just going to get worse, and I reckon a lot of New England's fans' livers are going to struggle this weekend. But yeah, I've got Vegas winning, and I don't think it's going to be particularly nice.
Boy, life without Tom Brady, huh? They said it'd be fine. They said we're the Patriots. We can do this, right? Nah, yeah, it's not look good. Outside of their one playoff appearance, that they got smashed in the playoffs by the
Yeah,
Bills.
40-0 by the
Right, it
Bills.
was
Yeah,
something crazy, right? So I'm going Vegas as well. I think Vegas is like salivating. We finally get, you know, a decent, not a decent, a bad team. Vegas has played some really good teams so far, but yeah, I got Vegas winning this game. I wouldn't say as easily as most folks think. I think the Patriots they couldn't beat ass 3 weeks in a row, right? Not 3 weeks in a row, right? So I'm gonna go with Vegas win this one, and they'll win by a touchdown because Vegas they tend to kind of always play those kind of games, those slow, those you know, one score games all the time. So I'm gonna go with Vegas win this one. I'm gonna say 20 to like 14 Las Vegas over New England. Because Vegas, hey, you can just win if you're Vegas, man, and that's what 3 wins on the season. You're 3-3, something like that. So I mean, you want to win
doing
this
well.
game to at least give you some confidence. After 6 weeks, you're at 500. So Patriots though, I don't see. I don't see it, man. They have to have a major turnaround, and if their defense isn't playing well, it's always been a defense that put a team in great situations, right, to score. Their defense they're like the Cowboys, right? They play against really they play great against bad offenses,
Yeah,
but we've seen it now. If you can't turn the Saints over, you ain't turning nobody over then, bro. I'm just
no,
being real. So yeah, I'm going Las Vegas right now over New England, so it should be pretty easy for them. But a win is a win, so get it how you want to get it.
indeed, indeed,
Shout out
indeed.
to Jared Ballman. I got Jared Ballman says 13-10 New England over Las Vegas. I got you, brother. All
Ooh,
right. No, I mean I see Jared Ballman every time he posts his pick, so I like that, bro. But that one
yeah,
it caught my eye. Hey, it should be a good game though. All right. So our next game on the docket, very interesting game. The Detroit Lions are darlings right now,
yes.
taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I will go first. I'm going with an upset. I'm going to
Ooh,
Buccaneers over the Lions. One, Buccaneers are well rested, but two, Buccaneers defense. Boy, that defense is nasty. At home, this isn't the Eagles, right? Eagles had that dominant, just their namesake NFC champions. So that game was kind of weird. Where Swift had his day with the Buccaneers. I don't see Montgomery going crazy
you don't?
against Tampa Bay. Nah, I mean, look, obviously, as a Saints fan, I would love for the Lions to win this game and dominate. But right now, this is uneducated sports talk. Put that cap back on. I'm going to Buccaneers to win this game, and I think Baker Mayfield actually has a really good game. And I'm gonna say
Yeah.
Buccaneers. They win this one. I mean, Mike Evans should be back off his little hammy issue, so he should be back well rested. I think the Buccaneers win this one. I'm gonna say 24-23, something crazy like that. Don't get wrong, very competitive game because the Lions are just that team right now. Very, very, very competitive. It's
Yeah,
gonna be a close game, but I think the Buccaneers defense they pick off Jared Goff one too many times in
mm,
this game and get themselves great field position. The line, I think I see a game where the Buccaneers kind of start off hot early, up by 2 scores early, and the Lions got to kind of change their game plan a little bit. And too little, too late in this game. I'm going with the Buccaneers with an upset over the Lions. How about you, brother?
fair enough. I'm gonna keep with the Buccaneer. No,
Oh,
Lions.
hey,
The
hey,
Lions, the
yeah.
Lions, the Lions, the Lions. I would say Lions. I apologize. I
I'm
apologize.
playing. I'm playing.
No, I'm
Woo!
gonna go with the Lions. Panic over. I feel like they've got all of the momentum now, and they've got all of the just they know what they are, and they're going to be physical. They're going to go down, and it's going to be a good game. I reckon Baker's going to have a great game. Baker's been playing very well,
He has been.
very well. No one suspected this, but I reckon they're going to run the ball. I do think they're going to run the ball well. I know, obviously, you said you don't think they will. I think they will. Uh, and yes, I reckon there will be a couple interceptions. I reckon Goff might throw some, but I also think Baker's going to throw some. I don't think he's going to have he's going to have a great game, but it's not going to be an immaculate game. It's not going to be perfect.
Right.
But if a certain game went on, I'll be watching this game because I reckon this would be fun and entertaining like there's no tomorrow.
Oh, of course. And this is I want to say this is a 3 o'clock, 3:25 game on Central Time. So yeah, I would definitely have my eyes on this too because the Saints play
Yes,
in the
yeah,
morning time.
6 p.m.
So I cannot
It's
wait.
9:25. 9:25.
Yeah, for you,
That's
yeah,
what's
yeah,
up.
for you, yeah. There you go. Yep. All right, so yeah, that'd be a game to be on my radar for sure. So I'm going with the Buccaneers. You're going with the Buccaneers as well. I mean, the Lions. Excuse me.
Lions.
I'm,
Ooh,
I'm playing. You're going to Lions. I'm going Buccaneers. So, all right, our
yeah.
next game should be another interesting one from the NFC West. We have the Arizona Cardinals at the Los Angeles Rams. Who you got in this one, TJ?
I'm going to go with the Rams, and simply because obviously they lost last week, but they still showed that they're a great team. Like Cooper Cup came off AR and looked like he hadn't been injured. Like he just went off. He's like, okay, I know how to play. I'm back in. Um, the only reason I'm going with LA and like Cardinals do play hard and all that kind of stuff, but I reckon Aaron Donald has a bounce back game here. Like we managed to keep him in check. He had one tackle, no sacks, hardly any pressures. But I think that simply shows that our O line is very good.
Right.
I don't think Arizona has that level of an O line. So I reckon Aaron Donald is going to wreck their game plan and get to the quarterback quite a lot. But I reckon it's going to go down to the wire of the game because Arizona is that physical team. Like we're going to constantly try and keep in games, but Matt Stafford is hopefully going to keep them in with Cooper Cup often having another week to shake the rust off, even though it didn't look like he had any rust. And Nuka, I can't say the name, the rookie,
Puka. I call him Puka
Puka
Puka.
Puka will have a bounce back game because we managed to keep him in check as well. So I'm going
I
to go
call
with
him
the Rams.
Puka the Pokemon. Puka, I
Puka
choose you.
Puka Puka.
Yeah. Puka Puka. All right, yeah. I'm also going to Rams on this one as well. And I agree. Cooper Cup, man. I saw his first route. I watched the game. His first route, he looked the exact same. I was like, oh
Yeah.
my God, there was nothing wrong with this guy from the beginning. He just went through fast for the first 4 weeks of the season. I assume he looked great in that game, man. Excellent. Like him and Puka played very well together. Cooper had all the yards. Puka had the touchdown. So I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, I thought that those two players might kind of not do well together. No, they did great together, and the future is going to be great with that receiving core. Van Jefferson traded to the
Gone.
God dog it. He Falcons. Van Jefferson going
Falcons,
to
that's it.
Atlanta.
He's
Uh,
injured, isn't he?
no, Van Jefferson.
Yeah.
If he is, if he is injured, it don't matter. He got traded to the Falcons this morning. Yeah,
I know. Yeah, I saw that trade, and it was for like a sixth, and they got a
yeah,
seventh back.
yep. So yeah, so it lets you know that he had no more room in that receiving core because of Puka
Yeah,
and because of Cooper Cup coming back. So yeah, there's no more room. So let's get rid of that guy and because we got a lot going on with his future. Anyways, what I'm saying is I feel like it'll be a high scoring game though. I feel like the Cardinals will put up some points in this game. Although you said that Donald's going to have a bounce back game, he should have a couple sacks in this game. Might be late pressures late to end the game. But I got the Cardinals and the Rams in some of the shootout. I said the Rams winning. I'll say 38-28. Rams
fair.
win. Yeah, that's gonna be a good game though. I cannot wait to watch that game because now I want to see more of Puka and I want to see more of Cooper. Cooper and
Yeah,
Puka
yeah.
together.
What a great combination, and yeah, they
Right,
found
right.
something with him. Who do you think's going to win Offensive Rookie of the Year? Is it going to be Puka the Pokemon or CJ Stroud?
Man, right now you gotta go quarterback. It's Stroud right now. They're not gonna they're gonna go with the quarterback. If I was banging on Stroud not having a good year, honestly. So I was like,
Yeah,
I was like, cause Stroud was the only quarterback in my opinion that had a chance to win Rookie of the Year, and that's why I made my hot take of there won't be a quarterback win to win it. But right now, yeah, it's gonna be C.J. Stroud because you gotta go quarterback. This is what it is. So you want to deem him like the next one. You know,
yeah,
so I guess yeah. But yeah, we're both going Rams though. I feel like the Rams have been competitive all year.
yeah.
In wins and losses. I like this Rams squad. They might not make the playoffs this year, but they'll be in the thick of things when it's all said and done.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Yeah, but hoping for Arizona to win though. I like Arizona. I like Arizona and what they're doing. I just want them to keep shocking the world, right? They're probably not gonna
Hmm.
win, but I will hope for them to be at least competitive in this game.
Fair, fair. Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense.
So we're both going to Rams with that one. We have the Philadelphia Eagles at the New York Jets.
Ooh, yeah.
So this should be a very interesting game. And I know you're saying it's the Eagles and the Jets. Man, that Jets defense is nice.
It
That
is nice.
Jets defense is nasty. You got, I like. I mean, they have it all. D line play, linebacker play, and secondary play. We know about Sauce Gardner and those boys out there. So you know that Sauce gonna be on AJ Brown, right? You know that's gonna happen.
Yep.
You know that Mosley's gonna handle this business with the underneath stuff, and you know obviously Quentin Williams and those boys. Um, I reckon this might be the Eagles' toughest challenge from
Really?
an offensive standpoint, right? Now, last time I kind of
Oh, yeah.
overthought this stuff, I had picked the Buccaneers to beat the Eagles like a dummy. I thought the same kind of thing, right? I'm gonna go with the Eagles though to have a easy kind of win. I'm not gonna say score wise. The Jets on offense just don't scare me, right?
Yeah.
And that's the reason why the Eagles are gonna win this game. So as much as that
Yeah.
Jets defense is gonna play and make it tough for the Eagles still have Jalen Hurts, Devontae Smith, AJ Brown, DeAndre Swift. I mean, they Dallas Goddard, who had a monster game last
Yeah.
week as well. Uh, they still have that offense, and no matter how good the Jets defense is, the Jets offense will be the reason why they don't win this game because when your offense is on the sideline all the time, I mean your defense is playing a bunch of snaps and
Mhm.
they're gonna tire out at the end. And look, it's gonna be close. I reckon gonna be close mid third quarter. Mid third quarter is be one of those
Wow.
13-10 kind of things. I think somewhere at the end, the Jets just kind of like blow their fuse, and the Eagles take over right after that, and kind of win by 2 scores. I got Philadelphia.
Fair enough. Fair enough. And I understand that. Obviously, I've got to go with Philly. Keep that streak going. Like I said, the Jets have never won against the Eagles in the entire history. They are currently 0-12, which
That's
is nice to hear.
crazy, crazy stat.
That's crazy. 0-12. Yeah, I reckon the thing about the Eagles is last game, our offense finally showed up. This entire beginning of the year, first of games, it's been we've won, but our offense weren't back to what it was. We won, but our offense weren't there. This game, it was like, oh, this is the offense we're expecting. Yes, we still have a bit of struggles in the red zone, but we still sort of showed that we're still the Eagles. And what's deadly about the Eagles is one game AJ Brown might go crazy. Next game Devontae Smith won't go crazy. Oh, you've covered both of them. We've got Dallas Goddard. Oh, you've managed to completely cut off our wide receivers by playing man. We've got a run game which can run for over 200 yards
Right.
with either one running back or our quarterback. And like Swift is being playing out of his mind. I know he didn't have the greatest game like on the stats, but when we needed the Swift, he got the ball and it looked like he'd be down. He'll spin and get those extra yards that he
Yes.
needs for the first down, which is
Yes.
great. And on the other side of the ball, um, our defense, obviously the our slot corner, we're still trying to figure out. And in that first part of the game, it was just a rotating board of like, who can cover Cooper Cup? No one. We had like 12 people, like, well, 12 people. We had 3 people try and cover Cooper Cup, and his slants were just going to get beat. But we went into locker room, adjusted, and managed to shut them out on the second half of the game. The Jets have unfortunately lost another O lineman on IR, season-ending O lineman, and that's a unit that has been struggling. Like, it lost Aaron Rodgers, so they're going to go against a great D line. Like, hopefully Fletcher Cox is back. He had an injection on his back last week, so he was out this game. But Jalen Carter, my man, like, my goodness, like,
Monster. A monster.
ridiculous. I know obviously he's got those problems, but he had those problems coming out of the draft. But he fell to 9, and we were just like, "Thank you, and thank you, Jets, Saints." Sorry. So I reckon,
You're welcome. God.
yeah, I reckon it's going to be the game where Zach Wilson is just going to be having the hurt put on him. He won't be able to do nothing.
Damn.
And
Oh, this is savage TJ talking.
I'm sorry, I think so.
this is savage TJ. Oh my
If we're
god.
against Aaron Rodgers, I might have swung it the other way a bit because Aaron Rodgers can get out and he had his weapons. But I also feel like this is the last potentially winnable game. This is the game before the gauntlet, as I said earlier.
Yeah.
So
You gotta win this one. You're right, because that one.
gotta win this one. If we can, what will be 6-0. So we only need to win at least 2 or 3. If we can win 2 out of the gauntlet and come out the gauntlet 8 with 8 wins, that's good.
Right.
So I'm going to go with the Birds, and I think this is going to be a depressing game for the Jets. Honestly,
JETS LETS. Get out of here.
that might be me being a bit too much for of a fan of a team there, but I just
You're good, man. Hey, I heard that savage about you, bro. All right, we have Sunday night football, a game that I'm not going to call. I promise you guys that. I'll call baseball over this all day. The New York Giants at the Buffalo Bills. Quickly, TJ, who you got in this one?
Oh, it's going to be Buffalo, and I think easily it's at Buffalo. The Buffalo's going to be annoyed that they lost, and they're going to take it out on their little brother, because even though it's classed as the New York Jets, they're not in New York, they're in Jersey, and Buffalo's the only team in New York, so it's going to be nasty. And I don't know if Daniel Jones is going to play. Obviously, he's got the neck injury, even though it's something not severe. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Daniel Jones retires and becomes that professional cornhole player like he is. But yeah, I'm going to go with Buffalo.
Yeah,
it's not going to be nice.
Buffalo is too easy, and this might be a bloodbath early. Just the way the Giants been playing, this team just has no rhythm. They have no umph to them. And then if you're the third string quarterback, get ready, because Tyler Taylor is made of glass. If he's your starting quarterback, if you're the third string guy, just get ready, because you might be getting in about second quarter. This Bills defense, although they did lose Milano for the year, which sucks, because he was having such a great year.
He was.
Oh my God, he was everywhere, man. Getting interceptions, getting tackles for loss. He was that dude, man. But he's out for the year, which sucks. But I think, like you said, Bills take the frustration out on the Giants, and beat them down. I'm gonna go with a bloodbath in this game, and prayerfully, this is the last time to the Giants on freaking primetime television. It's their fourth time in 6 weeks, huh?
Madness.
Fourth time, the Giants. You get winning season in freaking like 5 years, and all of a sudden the Giants are on prime time every damn game the first 6 weeks of the season, four
People
times in
thought they'd
six
be
weeks.
good.
Man, but
People thought,
they were 9-7-1 last year. This wasn't a 12-win team. They barely got above 500. Oh
yeah,
my
but they beat the
god!
living. Yeah, but they went deep in the playoffs and they
They
looked
beat the
convincing
Vikings,
later.
and we all chose the Vikings. We all chose the Giants to beat the Vikings. I chose the Giants to beat. I said Giants to beat the Vikings because the Vikings are trash. Oh my God, the worst 13-4 team I've ever seen in my life, man. That team cannot be 13-4, right? Anyways, I picked the 9-7-1 Giants to beat the 13-4 Vikings. Tells you how much I think of the Vikings. How this team on prime time 4 times now in 6 weeks? That doesn't make any sense. So hopefully it's the last time we see it. Cause I'm done with it. I'm sick with them. Flex these guys out. The Giants suck, man. God dog it. Anyways, so now I gotta spend my Sunday night calling a baseball game. You know? Which I ain't mad at. It's playoffs. Let's go. But anyways, yeah, we're both going Bills, though. It should be totally easy. Now, hey, a good one coming up now.
A good one indeed.
Monday Night Football.
Yeah.
Dallas Cowboys at the Los Angeles Chargers.
What you got?
Man, this one right here, I'm going Dallas Cowboys, though. I think Cowboys
Yeah.
come back to earth somewhat. My biggest question is Herbert, his finger. Well,
Yeah, bro.
he's gonna play through it. I know he is, but
It's on
it's
his
not.
non-throwing hand.
Nah, it's his throwing hand.
Is it? I thought it was in his
Well,
non-throwing
it's
hand.
not. No, you're right. You're right. It is non-throwing. It is. You're right. It's non-throwing. It's still non-throwing. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. But still, like for your first time to really try it out against Dallas and a pissed off defense, and let's be
Yeah.
honest, Los Angeles, the Charter Stadium, right? It's neutral. That Dallas Cowboys fans are gonna pack that stadium up. It's gonna be like a Dallas game, right?
Yeah.
It's gonna be a Dallas game pretty much because it's gonna be about 60-40 Dallas fans in there. I promise you. And that SoFi Stadium. But Dallas versus Los Angeles, mind you, Dallas Cowboys their off season they practice in California.
They did.
Yeah, they every year they practice in California. Their off season, their training camp is in California. So you know that there is going to be a packed stadium. It's going to be dumb. Herbert has the injured hand on his left. You're right. It is his left hand. I had to think about the game. I was imagining like let me think about it. Oh, it was his left hand. Yeah, but it's not. I wouldn't want to try to experiment your first game against a pissed off defense against Dallas. I think Dallas comes back to life. Uh, Not necessarily scoring a bunch of points, but they might have to. If Herbert
Mm,
is that guy, I think Dallas does play hard against that Chargers sucky defense, although played decent against the Raiders last week with Khalil Mack getting like 1,000 sacks, but that was against a rookie quarterback. So, you know, will the Chargers Charger or will the
that's
Dallas
the fun. That's the
Cowboys
thing. Yeah.
be Dallas, right? I'm going to go with Dallas to win this game. Um, and like Generic Ballman says, I'm thinking a 24-17 kind of game. Yep, you're right, Generic Ballman. I'm going 24-17 Dallas over Los Angeles Chargers.
Fair. Fair. I'm.
It's tough, man.
This is a tough one. I'm gonna go with the Chargers. So I think I agree that it's going to be a pissed off defense, but I still think you've got to deal with that Dallas offense. And Khalil Mack had a major game. I think it was 6 sacks, wasn't it? Or was that 2 weeks ago? Might have been 2 weeks ago. He had the 6 sack game. I still think that the Chargers defense. What's she chatting?
She laughing at Travis. Said said cause Daniel came and said Daniel PD said they know. Shout out to Daniel McKean in the chat right by the way. Was that Daniel? Always good to see my guy.
Daniel?
But Travis says not Daniel is that's not Peter's record. That's a score that she thinks Buffalo will beat the Giants by 7-8 nothing. and Peter said yeah they might win 7-8 to nothing. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a bloodbath out there in the real New York. So, but go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I reckon the Chargers defense will make Dak a bit uncomfortable and he will make mistakes and I think they'll capitalize on it and it's going to be those situations where I don't think Dallas's offense can keep up with the Chargers offense and their defense will try and keep it close, but in the end, I don't think they can hold back Herbert.
Bro, I hope
So
so.
that's that's
I hope
that's
that
what I'm
is the
going with.
case. I hope the Chargers smack them up, but
Oh,
we'll
if
see.
they do. Oh, if
Oh,
they
you'll
do.
be hella paid. Let's go.
Oh, that would be
All right, you're going Chargers. I'm going Cowboys, man. So hey, that is it for our Week 6 picks and predictions. Thank y'all for watching, and I want to say you guys are awesome, man. I saw over the last couple of weeks we're averaging like 21 minutes per view, which is
Ooh.
awesome for our show. We haven't had a lot of views yet, not yet, but you guys are coming in here and you guys are checking it out and then staying across here and watching. So I want to thank y'all for that, man. You guys are awesome
Yes,
for
thank
that.
you very much.
Thank y'all for that because it
Thank
only
you.
get bigger and better. And so far, it's been our best episode. I ain't gonna lie, it's been the best episode. So.
Every week we just sort of text, oh, another great
Yeah,
episode.
yeah, no,
Every
man,
week
this
it's
one
just-
has been great. I really, 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 really enjoyed this one. So, and hopefully it just gets better and better every single one. But let's go with our week 6 locks now, man.
Oh,
Let's
yes.
go with this one. Uh, hold on, let me see. Oh yeah, this. God dog it. Where is the? There it is. Hold on. Get out of it. Get out of here. Get out of here. I want to at least put it on there. Look, somewhat professional. It, maybe if I can find it. I guess I can't. I can find it. Just taking this time.
uh,
1 second, y'all. To look real professional.
that's all right. Let's just.
There you go. And watch. I didn't watch. Watch. Go say something different. Watch this. Oh, I knew it. I knew it. That's the one thing I did not do. This is week 6, not week 4. I knew I messed up somewhere. I was like, I didn't do one more thing. All right, whatever. What is your lock for week 6? You want me to go first, or because I know you still got time to.
You go first. You go
I'm, I'm
first.
I'm going the Rams. Los Angeles Rams over the Arizona
Oh,
Cardinals. I'm going
right.
Rams over Cardinals.
Right.
I gotta win something, right? I got to. This gotta be it, huh, TJ? It's
Fair.
gotta be it. You know,
Fair.
and also I'm hoping that I do lose because it'd be nice if Cardinals beat the Rams. You know,
Yeah.
but still, I'm going Rams over the Cardinals. That's my lock, man. They gotta win this one. I'm 2-3. Freaking sucks. The damn Ravens. God dog it, man.
Fair enough. And I'm holding my hands and all that because I wrote this down before you started. I also went with the LA Rams.
Oh! God dog it. God dog it.
I just wanted to prove
No,
that
you're good.
before you announced,
You're
I
good.
also picked the LA Rams.
Yeah, because we know that's because obviously the team that we have not picked yet. I haven't picked the Rams yet. You haven't picked the Rams either. So there we go. It's all good though. So we're both going with the LA Rams over the
I was
Cardinals,
going to
man.
say either you get a win or I come down from my undefeated record.
Hey, bye, man. I love you. But yeah, man. So everybody heard it here first. Cardinals will beat the Rams. Oh, bro. Yeah. God dog it. Well, hey, as long as I'm tied with TJ, I should win then. I should win. I thought about there was one more game I thought about. I thought about the Niners over the Browns, but I was like, man,
don't want to use them.
I don't use them right now, and I can see the Browns beating the Niners if I did that. So I'm like, no, let me.
Please choose them.
Oh, please choose them, right? I'm going Rams though. Rams over Cardinals, man. So those are our week 6 locks, y'all. So we're going to our closing message now, y'all. Thank y'all, like I said, for being part of this stream. I know it's longer than usual, and we'll try later on in life to try and keep these under 2 hours, man. But the way we can go, man.
Yeah, I think we failed every episode at that point.
We failed big time, man. I remember. I think I told TJ like last week. I said, "Hey, I probably gotta get it done within an hour and 40-something minutes." And he's like, "All right, cool." And it was only like 2 hours. By the time I just forgot about like home life. Oh, well, forget the home life. I'll be all right. But yeah, man. So yeah, we're going the Rams over the Cardinals on our locks now. Time to wrap it up, man. Any hot takes you got, brother?
Ooh, hot takes. I struggled with hot takes actually, but I think we've. I went with. Oh my god, I forgot my hot take. Hold on, I forgot my hot take.
Hey, it's all good, man. Hot takes are hard these days now, man.
Back on.
Cause
I
I'm currently trying to think of one right now. So
Yeah, it's a bit of a difficult one. It's a bit of a difficult one. See, I would say defensive rookie of the year. I think is going to be Carr, but I don't think that's a hot take. I think that's just like a normal take now.
yeah, I mean it's pretty normal take, yeah. But
Yeah, it's just a bit.
the kid from Seattle, Witherspoon, he's been
It's
there too.
true. It's true.
He's been
It's true.
balling. They got some great talent this year, man. This draft class, besides the
Yeah, it
quarterbacks,
has.
I mean,
Besides the
yeah,
call,
I mean Stroud obviously was the exception, but this draft class has done very well in my opinion. Even Bashawn Robinson, I mean, look, he's done well.
I've got a hot take.
Go ahead.
Cowboys don't make the playoffs.
Oh, and there were some folks saying that this morning too, and I felt like that was kind of in the
I know
moment.
it's reactionary.
Yeah,
But
but
every week people have mentioned their offense. Every week people have mentioned how like it's looked, and they've got to go up against the Bills. They've got to go up against these hard competitions, the same as the Eagles. I don't think they're going to make it. I think they're going to falter.
man, and I would say, man, they got the Giants one more time. They got the
True.
Commanders twice, but the Commanders beat them last year once. So I mean, I'm saying enough folks are saying it that it might be actually true. Cause I was hearing it this morning, like all over, talk radio and talk TV and all that. I'm like, yo, everyone's saying the Cowboys,
Yeah.
they could miss the playoffs. I'm like, that's a hot take. I wouldn't go that far. I
Yeah.
think the Cowboys at least nine games in the NFC. That should be good enough to go to the playoffs. 9 wins. But yeah, that's a good one. Man, well I mean, I don't even have a hot take now. I'm trying to think. Mine might be simmering. It ain't even hot. It's like lukewarm right now. God dog it, man. I would. I'm gonna say this. I mean, not really a hot take. It's kind of just Lions win the NFC North by 4 games.
Bull. Yeah. Okay.
By by,
Fair.
by, by
Fair.
4 games. I'm gonna say that. I think they smashed this division. After seeing the Packers and the Vikings now, I think they smashed the division. And of course the Bears, obviously. You know, I tell you what though. Scratch that hot take, or you can add it on if
Oh.
you want to. Hey, the Chicago Bears will be in second place in the NFC North.
Ooh.
I think Bears pass up both the Packers and the Vikings.
That's a hot take.
I'm gonna go. I don't know what the record's gonna be, but I think the Bears will find themselves. I liked the way they played on that Thursday night game. I'm just saying, there's something about that game that gave them hope in their minds to have a better year, and of course me thinking that they look good, man. If they can continue doing that right there, that's a nice team. You know, it's a good team to watch. That was a fun game to watch. If I wasn't sick, I would have watched it all. I watched the first quarter and I really enjoyed it, but I was like, and I
Oh
was gone.
gosh.
Uh, let's see. Travis says, I didn't hear what he said. He said it too fast. What did TD say again? What did you say? Your hot take, TD. Tell him again.
Hot take as the Cowboys not making the playoffs.
Yeah.
That was my hot take, Travis. If you heard it.
Yeah. Says the Cowboys will not make the playoffs.
Oh, yeah.
So,
That might be a bit irrational, but every week we've just mentioned how shaky their offense is.
That's a hot take right there. I would love it, boy. I would love. Boy, I'd be laughing
beautiful.
to the bank, baby. Laughing to the bank, man.
I've got something for you. So I don't know if you heard it. It was a report by Bleacher Report from The Guardian. But in 2028, Los Angeles is obviously hosting the Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
And every year, the host country can apply for sports to be added to the Olympics for that sort of year. Like, I think France got breakdancing at one point. Well, it was just announced. Yeah, I know. Weird. Not really a sport. But it's just announced what sports have been added to the Olympics for this year.
Okay.
So we've got squash. Interesting. Softball.
Okay.
Cricket. Lacrosse. Baseball. And flag football. They are all going to be Olympic sports. So that's what, at least 3 gold medals for America, right? Baseball, flag football, and lacrosse. I don't know.
I'll tell you what. I think here's my only worry is that Well, baseball. I mean, that's not easy. That's not easy at all because
No, that's true.
baseball is like, first of all, baseball is predominantly now like Dominican Republic. Baseball is a predominantly Mexico, Asia. I mean, sorry, Japan. Excuse me, Japan just beat the U.S. in the WBC World Baseball
That's
Classic.
true. That is true.
So
That's
that's one
true.
that's not a guarantee at all. Matter of fact, we'll probably be like fourth place in that one. Flag football though, yeah, we're gonna
Yeah.
kill that thing.
If you don't, it,
But I would say I guarantee you there will be no NFL player at all
you
playing
don't
this.
think?
No, I don't think so. No, no, they are not going to risk. No, not NFL players. Mm-mm. They will not risk a flag football game to tear ACL.
Mm,
They're not gonna do that. I can promise you that. Not for flag football. If there somehow was, obviously, if NFL was such a global league where all these teams were all these countries had football like we play football, then that's different. But nah, bro, I don't. Not
really?
one. I don't see one current NFL player playing flag football in 2028. I can't see it. I just can't.
2028, I might see like a grumpled Patrick Mahomes because he's not going to get the flag football. The whole point is you're not going to get touched. From what I
I,
understand, so I could see an old Patrick Mahomes
uh,
just slinging the rock.
right? It could. I'll tell you what. If you Google it, or YouTube, not Google it, YouTube it or Google it. The guy from the Pro Bowl from the Patriots a long time ago playing volleyball, beach volleyball,
Yeah.
tore his ACL in the Pro Bowl. It was a Pro
Ooh.
Bowl event, and he tore his ACL playing beach volleyball.
Yeah.
That made it. That was such a huge topic. I don't see these guys like it because it's underneath them. Flag football is underneath them. Like volleyball is underneath them, right? We do this for fun, that kind of stuff. So I don't see not a maybe some college guys, college football
Yeah.
players come out there. Guys that
XFL players, maybe.
I wouldn't even say those guys. I don't even think those guys are
Oh,
gonna risk it.
wow.
Nope, not for a gold medal. They're not gonna do that.
I'm sorry, but if you don't get gold in flag
What?
football,
We're just
the world will
and
really
here's my thing.
not.
That's probably why it's a world sport now because the whole entire world can play because they know that these guys from the NFL aren't going to be in that sport. That's what I'm
Maybe,
imagining.
maybe,
So
maybe, because I know they've assembled the basketball Olympic team, which consists of like LeBron,
yeah,
Embiid,
yep,
all that
yep,
kind of
yep. Now,
stuff.
now, now, just because you declare now does not mean that you're gonna be part of it next July.
Fair, fair.
Yeah, because a lot of these guys, LeBron said he wants to play. I believe LeBron. I believe, it was somebody else, man. I forgot already.
Joel Embiid was the most vocal.
Who's
He
that?
was like, and Joel Embiid, if I said that right, the
Joel
one
Embiid.
from
Yes, because he had to choose between them or France, and he chose United States, and
yeah,
he got a lot of flack for that from the France people. They were mad about
yeah, no,
that.
he did. Of course,
They're like, why
it
would you
would be.
choose them? Of course you're gonna win there. But
Yeah.
Embiid, LeBron, they're the only two that have really been vocal. We've had like Devin Booker, but that doesn't mean just because you have a verbal commitment doesn't mean that you're gonna commit a whole year from now. So we'll see that team could shape up differently come
Fair.
2024. I know Steph Curry might change his mind as well. He's been rumored to be a part of it too. But yeah, that's gonna be different now. Even if those guys do, quick take. Even if those guys do form this super Avengers team, it is not gonna be a easy cupcake victory in the Olympics. These basketball teams across the
Mhm.
world have gotten so much better now. Oh my
Well, yeah.
God, so
Well,
much
look,
better.
look at the amount of international people in the
In the
NBA
NBA
now.
and who are
They-
dominating it, right?
Yeah,
Our
you've
best
got was it
players are now international. Nikola Jokic and Luka Doncic and Joel
was it the
Embiid,
Greek
the Greek
Freak?
Freak. Yes, those are your top four players in the league, and they're all not from the United States. So crazy,
Yeah.
right? How things
Uh,
are going. So yeah, it's not gonna even you can have LeBron, Joel Embiid, Steph Curry, Kawhi Leonard, whatever you want to put in it, Paul George, whoever you want to get, Devin Booker. I don't care. Like those guys are not a guaranteed to win gold medal. I
yeah.
promise you guys that. So it won't be as easy for America anymore unless it's lacrosse. I think we'll kill lacrosse.
Yeah, I don't think
I don't see
lacrosse is as
nobody beat us
cool
in lacrosse.
players.
Lacrosse,
No, no.
yeah, no, they're not gonna beat us in lacrosse.
But
I
I
don't see
also
it.
like why were you pushing for cricket?
I don't know, man. I mean, hey, cricket is an international sport. That's
I know.
but America doesn't do it. But I guess Americans can play it. We're gonna lose though.
Maybe.
We're
Like,
gonna
I'm
ass whoop.
surprised hockey wasn't part of that. Like,
We're gonna get our ass kicked in that.
you
I
can't
know
really
that.
put ice
Cricket.
hockey in a summer sport.
Oh my goodness, y'all. All right, y'all, it's really time to wrap it up now. Any
Yeah,
final
yeah.
questions before we get out of here, you guys? 'Cause we've been talking
Yeah.
out our ass now, just about some cricket and
I just thought it'd be interesting
no,
because it's obviously
that is interesting though.
sport in.
Didn't they have a 3-on-3 basketball?
I think basketball's already part of the Olympics because
The three,
obviously this is
oh, the
2028.
three,
So,
okay, so okay, you're right.
so
So
the team that's currently being potentially created is obviously for next July. This is obviously or next 2024, which is the next
yeah,
Olympics.
so 2028 Olympics you're talking about then.
2028 Olympics
Oh
is when
yeah,
these
oh
sports are
yeah,
going to
yeah.
be
Well,
implemented.
there'll be no LeBron then. There'll be no LeBron.
No, no LeBron.
Yeah,
But
no,
yeah, the
no
new
Steph
sports are
Curry. It'd be
the
the new guys
baseball.
now. I'm saying like I'm talking about the players for basketball for 2028.
Yeah,
2024, you got LeBron and them coming in.
yeah, yeah.
Maybe. But 2028, yeah, the chances of winning will be very, very slight because there'll be no more big dogs.
Yeah,
So
no,
it'll
agree.
be
Well,
the new big
the
dogs
new boys, yeah,
who
the
are
new ones.
international guys now.
Yeah, it's just very interesting.
Yeah. So yeah,
That gives us what is it? 4 years to get used to flag football, baseball, lacrosse, and squat,
that's so
softball.
funny though. Okay, yeah, you're right. It's 2020. So yeah, I wasn't thinking
Yeah,
right. Yeah. So hey, lacrosse team. Hey, that's go, baby. Let's go. Cricket.
that's what I hear.
We gotta
Cricket,
start. We gotta start now. We gotta start today of cricket.
Sudbury Cricket Club
Yeah,
gonna
start a
beat the
cricket club. I'm not doing
Olympics.
it. That's on you, TJ. All right, y'all, man. Hey, thank y'all for the love, man. We were just BSing around, man. But we are done. I'll see you guys. We'll see you guys next Tuesday for
Yeah.
our Week 6 recap and our Week 7 picks and predictions for Tuesday with TJ with my favorite lucky number, number 11. Episode 11,
Oh,
y'all. This is
yeah.
episode number 10. It's been our best episode so far, and I really enjoyed
I
it, man.
agree.
How about you, PJ? So let's keep on doing this. I like this. Yeah, I like it too. All right. So for your homegirl, PJ, and for the big dog, TJ Tracy, we all know as TJ Tracy 2378. I'm your host, Carlos Clayton. It's another episode of Tuesdays with TJ. This is our NFL podcast, episode number 10. All sports fans, you guys know what time it is. Stay smart, stay uneducated. Love y'all. And I'll see you guys on tomorrow on Uneducated Sports Talk for baseball action between the Rangers and the
Ooh.
Orioles. Game 3 of the game 4, excuse me. It might be not a. I gotta find out what's happening right now. Game 3. It's today, so it might not be a game 4 tomorrow. Damn it, Los. I keep messing up, man. All right, y'all have a blessed night, man. TJ, always good to see you, my guy.
Have
I'll
a
see
great
you
night.
next week, y'all. Peace out.
See you next week. Bye.